All right, we are live with episode 7 of the Survivor Heavyweights. Your host, James Hansen and Michael Schaefer. And we have a special guest tonight, the ultimate villain himself, Mr. Jonathan Biggs. How are you doing tonight, Biggs?
Living the dream, dude, like always.
All right. And we are very happy to have you. We know you're not going to hold much back and got a lot in store for us tonight.
You already know, bro. Like, I'm not scared to call people out. Like, if you ask me the hard questions, you know I'm gonna answer them. So.
Oh yeah, we know. That's why we got you here. All right. So let's just get into it first. So Biggs, how did you discover orgs? Like, when did you start playing? Because you were like me and Michael, like Vreeland, who we had on last week. You started with Twitter. So how did you discover that?
I played X6. That game was horrible. I played with one of my friends. We got voted out pre-merged. And then I played your game, and that's where I met Michael and Tony and all them. And then you got to see how the notorious villain started from the hosting viewpoint of that.
So how did you actually discover X6 though? Like, that's my question.
So I found like these like Big Brother like fast games, and one of the people in the game that I played like messaged me like the account, and then they were like, this is like a long game, it's like 2-3 weeks, and I was like, oh word. And she's like, it's Survivor, it's not Big Brother. So I was like, oh okay, I'll try it out. And then that's where the hook started.
All right. So like, yeah, before that though, so I know you're a pretty big Survivor fan, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's not your favorite, but Big Brother and the Challenge, you're just as big a fan of.
Yeah, I think I'm a bigger fan of the Challenge than Survivor than Big Brother, but yeah, Big Brother has gone off the shitstorm. That show sucks now.
Ask Michael too, but we've talked about it the last few seasons, right, Michael? Like
last Big Brother 22 ruined it for me.
Oh, it was so bad.
I think Big Brother 19 ruined, or 16 even ruined it for me.
Any of us three could have went on that
any of those seasons in 101
recent seasons and been America's favorite player. I'm not even kidding you. Like,
100%.
It was like watching fucking paint dry some of their seasons, but
yeah, like Sequester, they said that they don't show Big Brother 16 anymore because they don't want it to be boring with 9 people being in an alliance together.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of ruined the show. Like, that season had some good players, but those big alliances, God, my brother's screaming about the Mets. But yeah, all right. So yeah, those big alliances kind of like ruined everything. But so growing up, when did you start watching Big Brother, Survivor, and the Challenge? Like, were you?
Yeah, I was like, young? I think it was like Big Brother 6 when I started watching it with my family. I don't know how old I was, but whenever that year that came out, that was the first year I watched Big Brother. And that's when I started to get into Survivor, and the Challenge I didn't get into until like high school, when it was like my sophomore year. But then I went back and watched old seasons, and then I was hooked onto that show.
Yeah. So I don't know. So you said now we'll talk about your Survivor games soon, but you prefer the Challenge, like, as a show. Why do you prefer the Challenge over
I don't know. I just think it's like a lot more drama, and it's like more like physical skills instead of just relying like I don't know. It's bad to say this, but like in Survivor, it's like the people who play and get to the end are people that are not like the best at challenges, and they just they rely on social bonds and stuff. But in the Challenge, like, you have to either gotta put up or shut up. Like, you can't float in the game. And I hate watching people in Survivor that like don't deserve to be there just like float to like top 6 every time. Like, you can tell who's gonna get far.
So I'm with you with that, but I think those people also, they get their comeuppance in the end. Like, the people who really like, all right, there are people like Russell and like how you played in your Broski season 4 who play hard and play well, but just piss off the jury and don't get votes. But there are people that don't deserve to be there at all, and they just get the shit that they deserve at the end. So, I mean,
that's like Allie in season 4. She didn't really deserve to be there, but like, me and Brandon dragged her along for the ride.
So, wait, Michael, you watch the Challenge at all or no?
Not really. I tried getting into it and I can't really.
What don't you like about it? Because I haven't really seen it, so I can't make the total judgment on it.
I don't know. Like if I probably binge it, I'd probably be better off watching it. But I tried picking it up like this season, and I don't know why I just didn't really care for it.
See, yeah, the season that was just on TV is bad because it's just like the strategy of it, of the twist that they do. It doesn't work. But like if you go back and watch old seasons where it's like just people just throwing their friends into eliminations and stuff, and like people fighting with each other, it's way better than.
So what I like about Survivor and compared to the Challenger Big Brother is that anybody can pretty much go home on any given night.
True.
Is the case, which I like. A blindside is much easier to pull off. And I mean, we could talk to you about that. You've pulled off plenty of blindsides on your seasons.
Yeah, it's tough to do, but it is like when you do it too. It's like the rush of when it works out. Like after
You feel
tribal,
so
like the
good.
post tribal feeling is the best when you pull off a good blindside.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's kind of nerve like going in when you try to pull off a blindside, you don't know if you don't truly know who's with you. It's kind of nerve wracking thinking, is it going to work or is this going to backfire on me? But yeah, when you pull it off, it feels really good.
Yeah, I think in All Stars, the Jordan one was probably the most nerve wracking because it all just relied on the idol play. That was electric. That was probably my favorite move I've ever made in a game.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
Jordan.
even
It was good.
me watching that as someone who got burned by you earlier in the game, I was still like I was like, man, like that's a respectable move. And I mean, I thought it was crazy that Jordan did that, but
I told
all
Jordan
right,
when he got the jury that night he deserved it.
all right, let's go through that because a lot of our people listening probably know a little bit of the backstory. So it was final 10, I believe, right? Or
Final 11, yeah.
11. All right. So how did that come to happen
So
from your point of view?
before the immunity challenge, like the plan was hopefully I would win it or Pharaoh to win, and then we were gonna tell everyone to vote Vreeland, and Jordan was gonna play his idol on him. But then I was in the lead of that challenge, and Pharaoh got really pissed off at Vreeland for winning it because the plan pretty much got ruined. So after that challenge, when Vreeland was safe, then Jordan was like, "Oh, like now we should tell people to put the votes on Biggs, but I'm gonna play my idol on him." So then I was like, I was playing like I was down in the dumps, like I was getting voted out because I didn't think Jordan was actually gonna play the idol on me. But then like Laura, Dom, and Lane were like, "Yeah, the plan is to vote you out, but we're gonna vote out Jordan instead." And I was like, "What about Farrah?" Because I really wanted to do Farrah because of the whole beef between her during that season. But
Yeah.
then they were like, Jordan, he's gonna just run through it. Like Farrah's too big of a target. Like she'll be gone in the next couple rounds anyway, and Jordan will just get to the end because he has so many social bonds. And I was like, "Oh, it's true." I mean, I felt bad for doing it to Jordan because I like Jordan, but it was like I didn't want to go home, so I was like, "I'll do it." And Dom was like, "Please don't screw me over," because I screwed him over in season 4, and I was like, "Dude, I got you. Like, I'm not voting you out. If I was gonna vote you out, I would have told him. I wouldn't have told him before that he was a target."
So who did Jordan? So if he was going to play the idol for you when he thought you were the target, who did he want out of the game?
It was supposed to be Dom. It was supposed to be me, Farrah, Vreeland, and Jordan voting Dom, and it was supposed to be like a 4-4 to 3-1 vote or something like that. Because Cameron burned his vote on Farrah for some reason, even though he thought it was supposed to be me. I don't know the whole whatever Cameron was doing that game.
What was I mean, as I said this last week, I think to Vreeland, Kenny did his final jury like vote from the bathroom in honor of Cameron. So
yeah, he was pretty much a waste of space in that game. He stopped playing at like final 20. Like he was just there. But yeah, after that, it was just like the worst. I guess it was a high at first. After that, the moment happened in the game. But after that, it was probably the worst post-tribal experience ever because you had Kenny coming at people's necks in the main and just like starting all this shit. Farrah was pissed. It was just a whole shit show.
So let's see from Michael was on the jury there. What was your
I had just gotten voted out the night before.
Yeah, I know. So what was your perspective on that from Biggs' point of view and from Jordan's point of view?
So when I was just sitting at tribal, and then when Jordan pulls out the item, I'm like, okay, good. He's probably gonna save himself because I assumed when I got voted out that him and Farrah were next. And then when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play it on Biggs," I literally text him like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "This is gonna work. Trust me." And then when he gets voted out, he comes into the jury chat. I'm like, "You totally deserve that." So I guess from his perspective, like, I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest. Like, your number one ally just got blindsided the night before. Why are you giving an idol to a dude who just voted him out?
I think it's because I could honestly probably convince them that I was gonna do Dom because I was like, oh yeah, I can get Dom again before he gets me for revenge for season 4. And then Reeland knew he said he knew that I wasn't gonna do it, but he didn't want to say anything because he knew he was safe, so he didn't care. So
Yeah,
Reeland honestly keeping his mouth shut was probably the best thing that happened.
Yeah, and I mean, I was on your tribe when you and Jordan both voted me out. So I mean, and you guys were on tribe together before that. So I mean, you guys built a decent connection pretty early in the game. So it sort of made sense that he would trust you even after you voted people out. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense that it did. Me and him were like cool on Sirius, and then me, Brandon, Lane, and Laura were close on the second try, but we were more focused on getting you out. And when Jordan's name was out, we were like, oh yeah, we're like saving you by using the advantages. So then it made it seem like we were more closer than we were.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was also Jordan's first and only day at Broski that he played without me.
It didn't work out well.
Yeah, so let's go back to the beginning for you, Big Zabriskie. So you played Super Duper season 1 with me, and then I guess me and Tony or whoever else kind of convinced you, like, apply to Broski, do it. So how was the start of that for you?
Well, you obviously saw in the season 1 reunion chat there, like Tony and Vreeland had no faith, and we're like, yo, Biggs and Final 3 in the same sentence, like that's never gonna happen. So we know we had the little bet going on. But
well, me, you, and so yeah, let's run through that. So me and Laura had a bet that Biggs would not make it to final 3 and get a vote. We would each give him, what was it, $60?
Yeah, $60.
$60 if he got to final 3 and got a vote. So Biggs got there. He just needed to get one vote.
No, it was $40 without a vote and $60 with a vote.
Yeah, I told you I'd pay you still, and you were like, nah.
But yeah, it was just the premise. It was the premise of just doing it. And it was a lot harder too because it was 26 people compared to 18 or 20.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how many people they put on your season.
Oh yeah, so to out like on a season with that many people to even get to like 10th or 11th place, it's not easy.
Oh, so no, like, it wasn't.
To get to 3rd place, and even if you didn't get any votes, I mean, you were with Brandon, so like he's a great player. He played a great game, but like they were all like, you were right there making the moves with him. You just pissed people off a little bit more.
Yeah, he was just a lot nicer about it than I was. Exactly. I was just like a complete dude.
And you
like,
don't
once final like 10 came around, that's when I fucking became like the villain on that season.
So let's go through. Do you think you could win a Survivor game playing like you did that season, or no?
It depends on the jury. It depends on who's there.
So
a lot of people take it too personally, so you can't win like that.
And like so your game was strong in a lot of areas from the outside of me seeing it that season, but I think your game in All Stars was even stronger, and I think you actually had the respect from the jury that season. So
speaking from a jury, he did.
Yeah, no, he absolutely did. And like, I know your social game lacked in season 4, but in All Stars, I don't think it lacked. And I think you burned people, but they ended up respecting, like, after they got over the moves you made, they respected like how well you were playing.
Yeah, so I was just getting pissed before All Stars because everyone like made it seem like I was a GOAT and stuff in season 4. and then I couldn't do well without Brandon. But I'm like, if you look at All Stars, me and Brandon were on a tribe for 2 tribals, and one I had immunity, and one I had an idol and a block vote. So like, even if he wasn't there, I was fine. It didn't matter. But like, it just annoyed me because they were like, people say that I got dragged by Brandon, but like I really didn't. Like everyone, there's a difference between being dragged as a goat and just pissing everyone off and going to the end.
Yeah, see, so I mean, you got dragged at all. I think you just pissed more people off than him, like you said. It wasn't like you weren't making moves.
I was just more vocal about
Yeah.
when things happen. Like I think the whole fake screenshot and fake account thing really screwed me over, but like it was way worth it because it was just genius. Like everyone has to admit that was genius. Like taking the rule and bending it and finding a loophole with it and then doing it.
I called it evil genius when you told me about it.
I mean, it worked twice. I mean, it's not my fault people fell for it twice.
Yeah, I mean, you told me about it, I think, like the day after you did it, and I was like pretty amazed. And I mean, it worked both times to perfection.
Yeah, and I think the 50-50 thing was way riskier than the first time because that was like a spur of the moment, like make it look like Allie was saying she was coming after me and making Travis play up the 50-50 on me for no reason. But there was a reason for it, is I wanted him to waste it and not waste it on himself or Ashley. And if he saved it for next round, he wouldn't have went home. Like you probably would have been safe.
All right, so let's just go over these fake accounts. So the first one, it was, who was it? Misha?
It was a fake Misha account, and I faked the conversation between myself and him, even though it was me the whole time.
And what were you saying exactly?
I was like, I think I said something. I was like, yeah, like I made Misha sound like he was going after Dom and Travis. So I sent it to Travis, and then he told Dom, and then it was just like a ripple effect because I couldn't send it to Dom because I knew Dom wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But Travis believed anything I told him. No offense to you, Travis. But yeah, and then the second one, actually, it was an Allie account, which was me, but Allie was talking to the real Brandon. So Brandon was technically behind the Allie one as well, that nobody knows about, but he was the other one on the other end of it. That made it seem like I was going, but I really wasn't. I was just making shit up.
So that's when Travis played the
final 10 because he told everyone he had it, and I was like, I really want him to play it on me, and I was bored. Like the game was so long, like there was points where I was just bored. Like I wanted some crazy shit to happen.
No, that game was long. 26 days, weekends off. So how many days did you actually play in that game before?
It was like 37 days.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was holiday breaks, there was Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, that was over Christmas. Yeah. It ended right after New Year's, basically like a week later, right?
Yeah, it was like for Final 5, there was like a 4-day break between Final 6 tribal and Final 5 tribal, and it was like the longest 4 days ever.
Yeah.
Because me and Brandon was convinced that Allie was going to screw us over, and I was like, it didn't matter because I had the idol that I found, so I was like, I mean, I'm good. So
yeah, but Brandon won immunity, I think, that night, right?
Yeah, and both times at Final 6 and Final 5, Michael wanted me to flip on Brandon if he didn't win, but like that was never gonna happen.
Yeah, and I mean, Michael also was gonna go at one of those tribals too, and he did go at the get to step in tribal.
The good old get to step in tribal. The quote of famous quote of Broski now.
Yeah.
Waiting for somebody else to use the famous words, but I don't think anyone ever will make the same mistake again.
Probably not.
I mean, you did it again when you voted for Ashley in All Stars.
Did I?
Yeah, when you put your votes, you're like Michael gets a step, and I'm voting for Ashley.
Yeah. That I did do that.
Wait, what tribal was that at?
No, this was at Final Tribal when I put my vote in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you did. Yeah. All right. I do remember that now. I thought you were trying to say he voted for Ashley like earlier.
No. When we were voting for the winner.
Yeah. All right. So, Broski All Stars. Going into that, were you worried? Like, did you have low or high expectations?
Well, The thing is, I almost didn't even play because I was so fucking worried because I had such a big fucking target on my back, and people were pre-gaming to take me out first. And I told Robbie, I was like, "Fuck this! Like, I ain't playing." And he convinced me to play again like 3-4 days before the season started. And then I was just like, I guess that's as long as I'm not first boot, like I don't care. And then I got to single digits, so I guess it surpassed the expectations of what I had.
Yeah, so the pre-gaming for that game was insane. I mean, I was in the forefront of it, of course, but
We were pre-gaming during season 4.
yeah. Oh, it was. I literally shot myself in the ass in that game so bad. It's not even funny.
I mean, if Kenny didn't ruin it for all of us by going to tell fucking Breland and Farrah everything we said, then we would have been fine. But
yeah, that was the problem. I think I put too much faith in Kenny coming into that.
I mean, I'm surprised I gave Kenny a chance because I said I wasn't gonna fucking work with Kenny after that, but we ended up working together. So
yeah, and like, so I don't know about Michael, but like Michael. So before the game started, Kenny kept saying so hard, like season 3 is the worst. Like I want all them out so bad, like all this and all that. And I had no idea he was talking to Farrah like the whole time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was talking to Farrah a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
and
dumb.
I think it was him that exposed that me and Biggs and Kenny, Paul, and Brandon had a chat. Basically, I think Kenny was the one who Kenny told Farrah or something, and Brandon went off on Kenny for it, and that basically blew that whole thing up before the game even started, and it was a mess.
Yeah, I mean the whole showmance thing too. And I joked I was gonna message the girls and start a showmance before this season.
Oh.
And that got out of proportion too, but I mean I didn't have to really worry about it because the person who I did it to wasn't in the game that long.
Who was that?
Ayla. Even though you were one of the people who sent her the screenshots about it.
I mean, did I?
Just threw his hands up.
You voted her out second tribal.
I did, but
What was our first shot?
I didn't like. All right, Ayla's probably going to listen to this, so she'll hear it. She knows I did not want to do that initially. It was just like it kind of came to be like the day before tribal. There was a few things that me and Kenny and Tony were worried about, so we would rather side with Michael and Jay for that first vote, and we knew we could still get Jay out next, so it was like it was pretty easy. But yeah, I felt so bad, but I mean, she was in on getting me out in Super Duper All Stars too, so I wasn't thinking about that at the time, but
hey, it's 1-1. Who's gonna win the championship next game?
Yes, yeah. So the first time it was I didn't vote her out, and then she got voted out, and then I got voted out next, and then 1-1.
Well, didn't she technically not vote you out in Super Duper?
Technically not, but she was in on it, and literally everyone was in on it, which was like the crazy thing. It could have been 9-1 or 8-1 against me, but a few people threw their votes on Michaela just to, in case, because they thought I had an idol and thought I would play it. But even like that just goes to show you too, like they were willing, I'll say this for them listening, they were willing to sacrifice Michaela completely. Like it was bullshit. Like if I played the idol, they would have been completely fine with her going home. And like Kat and Vin and Ayla were all loyal to her like the whole game, all that BS. But that night, if I played my idol, they would have been completely fine with her going home and would not have lost a fucking sweat in their sleep. So,
well, see, Vin's a lapdog, so he'll do whatever his owners say in any game. Doesn't matter who's there. He's getting told what to do every vote.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. So I think Super Duper All Stars was a pretty good season still, though. Even though I went out early, there's the craziest thing to me is that so many advantages were out there and nothing was played.
Yeah.
I can't believe that shit. Like,
Yeah,
I can't
I'm one of
believe
those
you went
people.
home with an idol in your pocket.
Two
Two.
idols in my pocket.
That's
Yeah.
even worse. Like I remember,
Yeah.
Broski, like you play your idols like the second you get them.
I was trying to play different, but clearly, I don't know. I don't know what. It didn't really matter because I still felt bad. So if I played it, Derek would have went home, and I still would have felt like shit about it. So it didn't really matter
You could have
because
played
one
them
of us
both,
was
and
going either
Vin would have
way,
went home.
and he wouldn't. He said he didn't want me to play an idol on him either. So because he felt bad for Vin for some reason, but I didn't do that. And
Yeah, but you couldn't get the votes off Derek either because so many of you guys didn't have votes that night.
yeah,
too.
it didn't matter. One of us was one of the three of us was going either way. So it is what it is. I mean, it's all Vin's fault because he ratted himself out, like acting like people don't have evidence of him doing the same thing. But we'll not get into that. That's a sore topic.
Yeah. So also like that game was it Tony or Vree? One of them said they were like debating on whether you like sacrifice your game for Derek or not.
I'm pretty sure. I think
you want to go
I think
into
it was
that?
Tony that thought I did, but like I didn't because I thought it was Derek. But either way, like I still didn't want to play my idol and him go out that way because it was just like not the satisfaction of
Yeah.
being able to vote him out and stuff. It was just him just getting fucked over.
Yeah, so that's pretty much why you didn't want to do it.
I mean, I wanted to do it, but like I thought Derek it was gonna be like a 7-1 vote.
Oh, so you
anyway.
didn't
I
know
thought
that
it was Derek 100% because
you
I was
didn't
just
know any votes were
I
coming.
wasn't talking. I didn't talk to like anybody during that hour before tribal. I was talking to Derek for at least 30 minutes on call about like because we were just talking about like all the shit that we said to each other and stuff. How the game got really aggressive after the Ayla vote. So it was more focused on that than me thinking game wise like, oh fuck, like they could just throw their votes on me. But it is what it is.
Yeah. So you found 3 idols in that game, right?
Yeah, I had 3 idols and then I had that battle back advantage I gave to Pushkar.
So how do you find all the idols? The first one was in a picture,
Yeah,
right?
the first one was the intro video, which was a final 6 idol. The second one was the tribe picture that was pre-merge, and then the third one was in the merge challenge video that redid to show us what the challenge was. It was a little star in the corner that was like really blended into the wall.
Okay. So damn. So you just, I mean, I've seen it in Broski too and stuff. You just have an eye for these like pictures and stuff.
Yeah, I honestly just like to find them because I don't like to rely on social games because I don't really want to have to talk to people all the time. So if I have idols and shit, I'm good. I mean, Max did give me his advantage too at one point, but I gave it back to him because I felt bad because I like Max and I didn't know he was going home that night. But if I knew he was, I wouldn't have gave it back to him because then I would have had like pretty much 3 idols in my pocket.
Yeah, because his was like a safety with power, right? I think Tony.
Yeah, it was just if you lose immunity, you should just play it and you automatically have immunity as well.
Yeah,
that's advantage.
Which would have been nice to have.
Yeah. That's like the original idol, like before. I guess it was Guatemala, the first season they used the idol. It was basically
you had to play it before trial.
Extra necklace, yeah. Like you just play it before the votes and nobody can vote for you, but I don't know. I don't know how about you guys. I know Michael does, but you like the way the idol has to be played like after people vote but before they're read.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to have like a super idol in the game. That'd be dope.
Oh yeah, of course. But I think the super idol is also just too powerful.
Yeah, but I need something like that because
oh yeah. It'd be nice for any of us to have, but Michael had one in his last season that someone used, but
yeah. So when we swapped the tribes, someone got exiled, and so when he was on exile, we gave him a challenge, and if he completed it, he got a super idol. Oh, it was only good till final 10, and then he ended up having to use it at final 10, and that tribe was a complete fucking. I loved it.
And then someone went out with 1 vote.
Edward went out with 1 vote, yeah, because 2 other people played idols.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone out with 2 votes before. It's pretty shitty to get idled out.
Yeah, I've gone out with 2 votes too.
Yours was even worse because you went out with. Let's talk about that too. Super Duper season 1. You went out at final 11 when 2 idols were played and a 50-50 coin was played that wasn't correct, and Max and Laura literally played an idol for Pascal, who they were totally against, just to get you out, just to throw 2 votes on you and get you out. Yeah.
Yep. It was a brutal exit.
Yeah. And then I found out after that, like, Laura is spying on our conversations, like the.
Yeah, that's how they knew Diane was the vote for that side, because they saw that we said it.
Yeah.
Even though I voted for Pascal.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember when you were voted out of that game, when your like exit video is posted, Vreeland put in like the description, like, we're not exactly sure what Biggs was doing this game, but he brought a lot to the table, like, because they were saying, they were like, in your confessionals, you were like saying, yeah, like, James was my number 1, like, you were telling me like pretty much everything, and then Jake got you to switch your vote that last night when you went home. It wouldn't have mattered either way because Laura and Max just pulled.
Yeah, I mean, Lamiel threw that 1 vote on Jake too.
Yeah.
And he's like, I should have told you. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? He's like, yeah, I didn't want you to go. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me to vote Jake then? Because I guarantee you, if I voted Jake, then I would have told you to vote Jake, and then it would have been fine. But
on the revote, no, you would have been safe if there was a revote between you and Jake. I think Jake would have went home, and you would have been fine.
Yeah, because it would have been you, Lamiel, Katie, Lynn, and I don't even know who else.
Yeah, and I think Katie and Lynn would have, if I said let's vote Jake and not Biggs, they definitely would have voted him and not you. And even if I didn't,
and Diane would have too, I think.
Yeah, I think they all would have.
Oh, Pascal too. Pascal was the other one.
Yeah. So you basically just got screwed.
Yeah, I mean, shit happens. It is what it is. I mean, it's still probably one of the craziest fucking tribals in Super Duper. Like,
it was very crazy.
I don't think anything else happened like that since. Like a final 11 vote with someone going out with 2 votes. That's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, they had the rock draw where Derek went home in All Stars, but that was also like final 6. So
I remember Frank tells like his favorite thing from his season was when him and Wayne both stole votes and got Kyle out at the merge.
Oh, at the merge? 2. Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, Paul and Kyle, their alliance had like all the power then, but then Frank and his alliance stole 2 votes and then got Paul to misplay his idol on Cameron, and then they voted what's his name? Kyle. Yeah. But that's also like, all right, Paul will hear this eventually and I'll say it, but like, so you got to know if they're blocking your vote, like they're voting for the other person basically. If they're stealing 100%. Or blocking, it's like they're not going to vote for you. They're going to try to make you think that. So if you have an idol, you're going to play it on you, and then they vote for the other person. It's basically what happened in Broski All Stars. That's why, like, they thought Kenny would play the idol for himself because Biggs blocked his vote, and then Laura stole Sarah's vote, and then they voted for me. But it was like
but Kenny didn't have an idol.
He's full of fucking shit. And
the plan was always you for days. Like, it was never Kenny. I just said that so you wouldn't vote me.
Oh, well, yeah. I kind of knew that too. Also, it wasn't just that, but like I knew Kenny was full of shit about the idol too. Like, I knew he didn't actually, because like if he said he had one, he had a way to prove like how he got it. It would have been fine. But like he was telling me like, yeah, like I got an idol, all this stuff and all that. Like, you think I would talk all this shit without an idol? And I'm like, yeah, well, Kenny, I know you don't fucking have one because I know you would tell me where you got it because I played with you last season where you found 3 idols and you told me exactly how you found every single one. So now I know you're fucking full of shit.
Yeah, the me and Kenny dynamic the first couple of days of that tribe was fucking crazy. Like he's like, I know you want me out, like all this shit. I'm like, Kenny, shut the fuck up.
I wish I could watch all yours and Kenny's conversations.
Yeah, he almost got me fucking ejected at final 10 for no
Yeah, that was
reason.
bullshit.
I was like, dude, stop fucking lying, bro.
All right, go into that.
So he wanted to get me ejected for making up lies about like me fucking being a woman hater and shit. And he's like, yeah, I wanted to tell Jester because Jester would have believed it. And then Damien was like, that never happened. So that's not happening. And Robbie was like, that literally never happened because we're in all your one-on-one. So we know we can see what you're saying. And I was like, Kenny, idiot. And then he tries to fucking talk all this big game at Final 10 that he's going to take one of us out. And then all those idiots go for that idol and they have no votes. So that didn't really work out too well for them.
Yeah. Not at all. And I mean, Kenny plays just as messy as you or more, I would say. What do you think?
I think he's a little bit more. He just spits shit out of his ass. So like me and Brandon were like, we got to keep him around for comedic purposes because we need someone funny in the pre-merge, and then that really backfired on all of us. So
you should have kept me around instead. I'm just kidding.
I remember Kenny when we had to go to tribal, when Jay ended up going home, Kenny was trying to convince me to try to keep Jay. And I'm like, all right,
yeah, he was being
obviously
weird.
I want to keep. Huh?
Yeah, but he was just lying to you,
But why? I don't get it.
I don't either, but he was like
he voted for himself too that night.
Oh yeah, he said it was trying to make it a mystery, but literally, do you remember like as soon as it was like the tribe is spoken for Jay, Kenny goes into his mic and goes, I self-voted. Like every single person knew it was him who voted for himself. And then after that, he was trying to tell me, he was like, yeah, like I just want people from the other tribe to like wonder, like, yeah, well, like where did the Kenny vote come from? Like yada yada yada. And it was just, dude, like everybody knows you voted for yourself.
I don't think anybody cared. Like I don't think anyone
no one cared either. Yeah.
That's like no one said that.
I knew Jay was going home, and I told Jay straight up, like, I'm not voting Jay out. He's like, fine, vote whoever you want. So me and Jay voted for Dion.
Yeah, because me and Tony were on a call with you right before a tribal, and me and him both told you we weren't not going to vote for Jay. Like we said, we were voting for Jay.
Yeah, I tried.
I didn't want to lie to you, so
I tried like hell to get you to change your mind.
Oh yeah, I know, but I wasn't going to.
See, after your vote out, when we went to tribal and I was safe at the Sarah vote, she made me feel so fucking bad about. I don't remember what it was, but she made me feel so bad about something. So I threw my vote on Dion because I was like, I'm fucking safe anyway, so I don't care.
Oh, so you didn't vote for Sarah?
Oh, I didn't vote for Sarah that round. I voted for Dion.
But you knew Sarah.
Kenny?
I don't know, because I liked Kenny at that point. Like, Kenny was making me laugh, so I was like, I need someone to make me laugh around. So we kept Kenny, and I don't know why Sarah didn't vote Dion and voted Laura, because I mean it would have helped her in her favor a bit, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean so it's like the way Kenny plays, like me and Kenny are boys, but like even though I got voted out by you guys, he's not going to like not work with someone just because they voted out his ally. Like he's going to try to like kiss your ass to survive. So he didn't have to do that necessarily, but I mean, I knew Kenny, so I knew when I got voted out, Sarah would be in big trouble very soon, and she was next to go. But I knew Kenny would be fine. Like, going into the game, I thought Kenny would be such an early boot, but once I got voted out, like once the first like 5 or 6 votes happened, I realized Kenny's making the merge for sure.
He also got a lucky break with the tribe divide at the beginning.
Oh, well, yeah, and the second one too, because like if I got swapped without him, I think I would have been fine. But I get swapped with Kenny and Sarah, and I'm the first person people go after. because I was the one who was doing too much of the pregame.
Yeah, you wanted to come after me, like, bro, chill.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember. I don't know how I
would have
got lucky on
backfired
all
anyway,
three
because if
tribes.
I knew you were coming after me, I would have played the idol.
Yeah. So see, that was the thing at first. So at first, it wasn't even really that. Like Jordan and Laura made an alliance chat with me, Kenny, and Sarah called the Wild Wild West. They tried to call it, and it was like Jordan literally said the first day, I think, like, we don't like Biggs and Brandon need to be broken up. Like, let's get them out. And I was just like, okay, like, let's do it, whatever. Like, I don't care. We get one more person, we're fine. We thought we'd get Sharon or Dion, or like, even if we had one of the two of them, would have been fine. And then all of a sudden, the next day, Jordan and Laura and Lane just be like super like sketchy, like not responsive at all. And so at that point, I was like, all right, Kenny and Sarah, let's approach Brandon and Biggs and try to swing this on one of them that they're trying to get Biggs and Brandon out, which honestly was true at first. Like Jordan threw out your name before I threw out your name. Like the very first day, the very first swap of that, the very first day we swapped, he said like we had to get Biggs out. And I was just like, okay, like if we have numbers, let's do it. And
yeah, but for what? Why was everyone coming? Everyone wanted me out like so bad in the beginning.
Heard
like,
of it because it was you and Brandon were together, and it was like your season 4 alliance ran the whole game. So that's
even on Sirius until after the Ayla vote, I think I would have been fine. Like if we went to that double tribal, like the night before, I had an alliance with Farah, Michael, and Jordan, because we were like, oh, we're the 4 biggest threats on the tribe. Like it's stupid if one of us goes after the other. And the plan was to do Cameron or Paul, but I was more wanting to do Cameron because like
I don't think Paul would have voted for you either.
And even if they tried to do something, I would have had a block vote. I don't think Paul would have voted for me, so it wouldn't have really been.
Yeah.
And I don't think Laura would have voted for me the first tribal either.
No. Yeah, but so like I still don't know what went wrong with that second tribe, but something happened where like the day after, like the night the tribe swap happened, Jordan and Laura were all about like that, like let's get rid of Brandon or Biggs. And then the next day they were like very short response to like everything. So at that point I told Kenny and Sarah, let's try and work with Brandon and Biggs and get one of these people out instead. And it didn't work. It backfired.
So it honestly worked for me and Brandon because we ended up calling the shots for the tribe.
Oh, well, you guys were in the perfect spot because there were like people who were tight. Like there was like a threesome that was tight either way, and then you guys were kind of in the middle, and then like I guess Sharon was kind of in the middle.
Yeah, but Sharon was locked in with Brandon, so that made me locked in with Sharon.
I don't know why either, and she's a fucking goat too. I will say that complete to the death of me. She does nothing but float so hard in every game, and literally will do anything to benefit herself and not get herself voted out. Like, and it's anytime a vote happens that she's on the right side of, it's not her decision ever.
Yeah, I mean, she was pissed off at me because I voted her out.
Yeah, and she shouldn't have even been on All Stars in the first place. I'm be the first one to say that.
I mean, it didn't matter. Everyone fucking had idols. It was between Sharon and Kenny. Like there was 2 choices. Like there's literally nothing I could do about it.
I'm glad that she went home and not him. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was either if Michael didn't give Farrah the idol, it would have been Farrah, but since he did, then it was Sharon because Kenny had a weird vendetta against Sharon the whole fucking game. He was like obsessed with taking out Sharon. He's like, we gotta fucking take Sharon now.
I don't know. So that's confusing to me too because season 2, when me and Freeland and Ayla and Juliana blindsided Kenny, we got Sharon to vote with us because she was going to be the vote that night and blindsided Kenny. And then after that happens, Kenny had a legacy extra vote advantage and he gave it to Sharon, even though she helped vote him out. And then instead of it being 4-4 next time, Rico and Sharon flipped with Sarah and John, and it was 4-4, but they had the extra vote, so it was 5-4, and they got Ayla out. And then after that, it was 4-3, and I got voted out. So yeah, it was just like I don't know why Kenny had against Sharon, because he literally saved her fucking game in season 2, big time.
That's wild.
He's the only reason she even got to Final 3.
Wasn't she also the one who didn't vote out Vreeland at Final 5?
Yeah, the worst move in org history. Not even kidding.
Yeah, that might be true.
I think we talked about that with Freeland last episode. We said it was such a bad move.
I don't know. I think the worst move is not taking Vreeland out at Final 20, like I said in the All-Star main chat after the Paul vote.
We didn't have votes to do it.
That was dumb too. So I would have, if I was on your tribe, Michael, though, I would have went down swinging. If people said it was between Vreeland and Paul, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, I love Vreeland, but I would have voted him over Paul because I knew how dangerous he would have been if he got to merge, and it was true. And he literally, if he wins either of the final immunity challenge or the fire making challenge, he wins the game.
Yeah, he wins the game. It's weird though, because I remember that night, because I had my super duper final tribe of that night, so I was like totally out of it by the time the challenge was over. And I remember I was like, talking to Farrah, and Farrah's like, I think she thought the two of us were the swing votes. It was gonna be Paul or Vreeland. It's like we were going back and forth. We were like, okay, we should just get rid of Vreeland if we can. And then Dom and Michael both come to us and say, we're not voting out Vreeland, we're voting out Paul. And so we were like, all right, we don't have the votes then. And so that's when we just dumped it on Paul, not realizing that everyone was voting for Paul.
See, I don't know. I think if Dom had 2 idols, he could have just gave one to Paul. And
Dom had one at that point.
He had 2. No, I think he had 2.
He had 2 already?
He had the one from the first tribe, and then he had the second one. From
okay, yeah, so he had 2 tribe. At that point.
Yeah, so he could have done that.
Damn, yeah. That would have been
wild. Then Dom tried to lie to me and Brandon, say it was only good for two tribals because he was too scared to tell us after we fucked him over on season 4. But I mean, it's understandable. He like explained it at the merge. He was like, "Yeah, dude, I couldn't tell you because you and Brandon would have just fucked me over if we swapped or something." I was like, "No, that would not have happened. I wasn't gonna vote out Dom at all that game."
Well, you guys were pretty season 4 strong, I think, right? Besides Michael.
I mean, I don't think, in my perspective, Ashley was not in that equation at all. And Lane only was because
Lane. Oh, and then Lane.
Me and Lane and Brandon and Dom never played together, so it wasn't like we had vendettas or anything. We just were cool because we never were on a tribe together. We never played a game together, so we were just like, let's work with Lane.
Mm-hmm. So Robbie said this in the intro video, like the pregame like fantasy picks video where Michael was first pick. He said season 3 was the closest season for Broski, and I think it's probably true.
Well, the people who came back, it was because I think it was me, Farrah, Jay, Sydney, and Jordan are all tight, and then it was Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Was the only one who wasn't really part of that.
She was basically in season 4, yeah.
They never really said because like me, Dom, and Brandon were just in a trio together for over 30 days. Like we were literally the only reason we weren't strong, I guess, is because we voted out Dom at Final 8. But we were all like we talked every day. Like we have a group chat outside of Facebook Messenger. Like we're close. Like
to be fair, if I was Dom, I wouldn't have trusted you guys going for All Stars.
I think he said that he like really like vented out his like annoyance to me and him at Final Tribal because the way we did it was probably really fucked up. And after looking back on it, like we could have done it in a way different way than the way it went down, but it is what it is, and he knows that we felt bad about it because we pretty much made him throw the challenge so he would let me win, and then we voted him out with an idol, which was messed up. But because it was like a 24-hour. Like we planned it the night before. Like we were convincing him all day. Like, yo, just throw it. Like chill out. Biggs is ahead. He's got like 15 minutes. Not stopwatch. Like just let him have it. Because I was like, yo, I really want my first immunity win. Like I was pushing that like motive with him, and then it worked. And then if Ralph almost fucked us too, because he told Dom at that tribal to play his idol, and good thing he didn't, because it would have been bad. And Ralph, I don't know what the fuck Ralph was doing that game. He was just fucking telling everyone the secrets to everyone. I was like, dude, stop talking. Like,
Yeah, I thought he was doing well in that game, and then you told me you were like, no, he wasn't.
no, he was.
Keyboard
I mean,
warrior.
he really wasn't. No,
And then I played Super Duper with him, and he was a pre-merge boot.
he's not like a big talker. Like he would be sleeping all day, and then he would talk to me and Brandon like 15 minutes before tribal. Like, what are we doing? And then we tell him, and that was about it. He wasn't a big challenge person either, because most of them were live.
Yeah, and he's more of a puzzles.
Yeah,
He's good at Twitter challenges.
He's excellent on Twitter. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he was impressive on Twitter, but on Facebook, like, you kind of have to be able to connect with people a lot better. And I mean, even if you're like,
he pretty much relied on me and Brandon, because me
yeah,
and him were the only people he knew in that game.
yeah,
Which also I can't believe people didn't figure that one out when we were all like Twitter Boys Alliance the first night of the game.
yeah. Also dumb that they never figured that out, but
That shit happens.
yeah.
So what's the next game for you guys as players? Even though I know James, you're already in the game, but
I'm starting up a game next week. I don't think I can actually say yet.
word.
Probably figure
Right.
out what it is.
I'm also
you're
playing
in it.
Super
You're already
Fans right now. I'm also playing Super Fans right now. I'm using that term lightly.
Playing. So what time are tribals for that this season? 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.?
10 p.m.
Okay. That's what it was for mine, but
So I totally just missed a challenge doing this.
so you didn't do it at all, or you did?
That was a live challenge. My tribe won.
What was it?
Word unscramble.
Oh, yeah. So is it the same challenges still?
Yeah.
That's so dumb. That dude always asked me to play, and I'm like, no, I'm not playing your fucking game.
So I saw when Michael made our post tonight about like our next guest or whatever, and someone tagged
I think it was Hector.
Orium Severino. I was like, oh my god.
You should get him on, next week.
Dude, I've never even heard his voice. Or
Neither have I.
Damien said he doesn't know anyone that has ever heard his voice, so
It's interesting.
might be a robot,
Could be.
but we'll never know. I would love to see Biggs or Kenny play Super Fans.
Fuck no. I'll never play that game.
Michael, would you like to see Biggs argue with Oreo?
I would only like to see it if I was playing the game with him so I could see everything.
Yeah, I'd get ejected from that game.
Probably. So would Kenny.
I'd swear, and he'd be like, "Oh, you're ejected from the game."
Dude, Kenny messaged me today and was like, yo, I saw your tribe on RMG. I would have been ejected already if I was on that tribe. Like, fuck those people. I was like, oh my god. He did get ejected too from
RMG?
Yeah.
He'll always be a legend. Yeah, they always talk about him.
Yeah.
His BFF TJ Robb, TJ Robb loves Kenny Mack.
No, and literally in my confessional chat, so there's like 5 hosts now, but so it's Sam, Max, William, Noah, and Colin. And I guess Noah was the one who played with Kenny. And I guess he did his research on Broski Org, and he was like, yeah, like, here you're friends with Kenny. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna get ejected like him, but I'll be an entertainment character for you guys this season, like, for sure. but they also said like they think they deserve another chance to play the game just because Kenny ruined their whole experience.
I really want to see what he did. Like, I really want to know what he did on a day-to-day basis in that game.
Yeah. Well, I know he fucked Robbie over really bad.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That shit's funny.
That tribal's almost as good as the one where you guys voted me out.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
It's very good.
I was
Honestly, all the hostility
so happy to
towards
use
me
my
too.
advantage that night.
Oh, to watch the tribal?
Yeah, I had not one. I came in third in the first reward challenge, and I got to spy on a tribal, so I picked that one.
Yeah.
So all I got was fuck.
For RMG, it's weird because they post the tribals on the page.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like, you guys go live for your pre-merge tribals. I'm like, no. Like, when we do all our tribals on Zoom, we just record them and upload them.
Yeah.
So the tribes can see, but like, we don't go live until the merge.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was weird, and it's also like, I mean, you can cross tribe chat and screenshot. So never played a game with that being.
That's wild.
Before, yeah.
What's the point of cross tribe chatting though? Like, I don't get it. When you have like 24 people.
I know, and like I said, like, I don't care if anyone's listening to it. Like, I've talked to one person that's not on my tribe the whole game.
Are you gonna join retirement after that game?
Too much effort. Probably not, but I'm gonna take a good break after this and another one I got coming up. But yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see.
I don't really want to stop until I win.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
need to win something.
Yeah. I had 2 wins I had locked up, basically. One on Twitter and one on Facebook, and I blew both of them. So
I've been at 2 final tribals in the last like 4 months, and I lost them both.
yeah. So the only final tribal I went to, I knew I wasn't gonna win because I was just on the bottom for so long, and then I was the villain, so I basically just talked shit in the main chat. It was super fans. I just pissed people off. I knew I wasn't gonna win, but the 2 times I got close to final tribal and didn't get there, but got out because of bullshit reasons, I could have won and didn't. So yeah, I probably will play until I get a win.
I could have won. If I didn't get idled out of Broski, I probably could have won.
Yeah, for sure.
What were the bullshit reasons?
Well, all right. So the first one was on Twitter. It was the X4 game. There was 21 people to start the game. I went to all but 3 tribal councils. So I guess 18 tribal councils I went to. And I voted the right way every single time besides one where 2 idols were played, including a super idol. And I still knew exactly where all the votes were going and got my ally to not play his idol, which was Garrett, because I knew if he played it that I was going to go home. So I told him he was good and he didn't go home. So got to final 3, and then it's a final 2 and not a final 3. And I easily would have won if it wasn't. And then the other one was super duper. And I wouldn't say it was total bullshit, but like I just should have stuck with my gut, which Lynn was telling me, and vote for Lamuel instead of Diane, who Sebastian played the idol for, and then had 2 votes to get me out. So easily, like if I had got to the end of either of those 2 games, I would have won. And
Samuel's just too good, bro. He's too good. One of the best players I've ever played with.
Yeah. Top notch.
Top tier.
For sure.
I've never played a game with him, so I can't.
He was robbed of all-stars. He should have been there.
Yeah.
I should have personally gave my spot up just so Samuel would play.
And Diane.
Yeah. Good old Diane. I miss her too.
Yeah.
I missed our lovely one-on-one talks.
Oh, yeah. So like, yeah, just going into that, some of the like we've talked about this before, some of the forced conversations you have to have in these games. How do you feel about that?
It's fucking brutal, yo.
I'm,
During
I'm
Super
doing
Duper
that
All Stars,
RMG right now.
I would tell people, I'm like, I don't do this small talk bullshit. Like, I think I told that to Katie, I told that to Ayla, and I told it to somebody else. Like, I'm like, I don't fucking like this small talk. Just like, tell me what you need, and let me move on with my day because I can't deal with. I don't care what you're eating for breakfast. I said in my confessional at least 3 times a day, like, yo, I hate these fucking good morning, good afternoon, like what are you up to this evening, like all this bullshit. Like you don't care what I'm doing in the morning. You don't care if I'm having a good morning. Like I would just rant about it, and Tony and Greenland would just laugh, and I'm just like, how many good morning texts am I gonna get in the morning tomorrow? I get like 5 to 10 every day. Like this sucks.
It's brutal.
Yeah, no, I know you're not good for that shit. So we just whenever we talk, we just go like right into whatever we need to talk about.
Vin would message me 9:15 a.m. every morning. Good morning, man. How you doing? Like, bro, leave me the fuck alone. It's 9 in the morning. Dude, I even left my one-on-one chat with that dude because I just couldn't stand him. I still can't stand him. He was a butthurt when Ayla got voted out. That was our only argument of the season, is me and him.
Oh god, I don't know where the fuck he went.
Probably get more beer.
Well, we could take a break from this. You want to talk about sports shit?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. Yeah, and your Hornets. At least LaMelo Ball's back. You got to say that.
Yeah, we clinched a play-in spot now that the Bulls lost, so that's pretty big. It's going to be a tough couple days for the Hornets. Now that the Pacers won, it's like pretty much if they don't lose every game or something, it's I think they have to lose every game, and we have to win at least one, or we're going to be 9 or 10. So that sucks. We needed to be 8.
You guys can still do it. You could win one game.
Yeah, hopefully against the Knicks, but that's doubtful.
Back.
Yeah. The Knicks are up by 1 at halftime now. If we win this, we officially avoid the play-in, which we're not going to the play-in anyway.
But well, they won't.
It's just official clinch if we win.
What about the Wizards in the play-in if they're there?
I'd be scared of the Wizards.
Has been going crazy.
Yeah, I hope the Hornets don't have to play the Wizards. We're fucked. Like, yeah. I don't think we're gonna beat anybody that in the play-ins. Maybe the Pacers.
They could beat the Pacers, I think, for sure.
It depends if Hayward and fucking Miles Bridges come back. And I hope Miles comes back because he's only in COVID protocol. So I think
he'll probably be back then.
5 more days, I think. So pretty much he's gonna miss maybe the rest of the regular season except maybe Sunday.
Yeah, but he should be back for the play-in then.
Yeah. And I don't know what the hell is good with Gordon Hayward, but we need him back because we need every single starter on that team. We got Devontae Graham back tonight, so that was kind of big for us. He put up like 30-something tonight.
Oh, Graham, yeah. I mean, he's a little inconsistent, but yeah, he's good.
I mean, when we have to play the Nuggets and the Clippers and stuff, that shit's not good for us.
Well, that's like the Knicks' fucking schedule this last week was awful. We got blown out in Denver, blown out by Phoenix, and thank God.
And then the Clippers and then Lakers tonight. Yeah.
I think the Knicks could win tonight. LeBron's not playing. There's a shot.
Yeah, they're up by 1 at halftime.
LeBron's just being a total bitch the last couple of days. So.
Oh yeah, and he said like he wanted to come back for this game and all that, but it's
he wants to come back against the Rockets so he can go off against the Rockets.
They were saying all like the last couple of days he'd be back tonight, and then like 2 hours before the game, they're like, "Oh no, he wants to come back for the Rockets." Like, of course he does. The Knicks are a much better team than the Rockets.
Dude, how about Derrick Rose though? Like,
thank God we traded for him.
Dude, he's been insane. Like I mean, he's not the MVP of like 10 years ago, but he's been a godsend for them.
He's the best point guard we have.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's not saying much.
Alfred
But,
Payton fucking sucks.
oh, he's awful. But I mean, even besides that, I'm saying Derrick Rose, like, I would never, after he played for them for 1 year and then left, I never would have expected him to come back and be like a main contributor on a playoff team. Never.
James, you're a Knicks fan too?
Oh, yeah.
Trash.
Always been.
Fuck the Knicks,
New York,
dude.
baby. Wait,
No.
so why are you a Hornets fan?
Bro,
How did that happen?
I don't know. It was just a random thing in high school. Like I just
Yeah.
I just liked the team, the setup, and it just went from there.
Do you like a player? Like,
And like I don't.
Like
my thing
Kemba?
is like I don't like being a front runner. So like
yeah, I get
in
that.
high school was like when I was more into college when I was younger. But like when I got into the NBA in high school, I was like, nah, I can't be a front runner. So I had to pick the Hornets, yo.
Yeah, I get it.
And plus, like I always tell my friends, like, yo, like if the Hornets ever win a chip, I'm gonna be the only real Hornets fan you know. There
Yeah,
ain't no
that's
front
true.
runners in that situation.
Yeah,
I like mad random teams. Like I don't like all New York. The only New York team I like is the Yankees.
yeah. And you like the Eagles too, so
Eagles
I
fly,
mean, you see
baby.
the fucking Eagles
Yeah.
flags right behind him.
yeah.
Yeah. So a funny story about that is that in college, the year that Carson Wentz was going off, and the year they won the Super Bowl, I think it was like week 6 or 7 of the regular season. My friend was like, "Yo, if the Eagles go to the Super Bowl and win, I'll get my initials tattooed on my ass." And I was like, "All right, so what's the stakes for if I lose the bet?" And they were like, "You got to get them on your ass." And I was like, "All right, I'm a betting man, so I was like, the Eagles are looking good this year," and I took the bet, and I ended up working out in my favor. It was the playoffs most stressful fucking 3 weeks of my life. Because if they lost, I was fucked, but I ended up winning, and he forever has my initials tattooed on his ass now.
That was such
God.
a sweet. Like I don't like I don't hate them, but I don't like the Eagles at all.
I hate the Eagles.
But you probably weren't. Were you not happy to see them win that Super Bowl? I was because of who they
For
were.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was pissed that they won.
Oh, I was happy because they were playing the Patriots. So I mean,
See, I don't hate the Patriots like every other team does.
oh, I hate them
Also,
so much.
you're a Jets fan. That's why.
Yeah,
My team's beaten Tom
exactly.
Brady in the Super Bowl twice.
And
Yeah.
Nick Foles won the Super Bowl for us. Like, what could be better than that?
The Philly special.
He needs to
They
come
got
back.
They got a statue of it outside at the stadium now.
Yeah, now Wentz is with the Colts.
The
Watch,
Colts.
he goes off this year, yo. He's gonna go off now.
We'll see. I don't know.
I think he'll do better this year.
I think he'll do all right. Yeah.
I think at least like 9-7 or 10-6 they're going.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
17. So yeah, 9-8.
9 or 10 wins. I give it to
They're
you.
doing 17 weeks now.
yeah.
Well,
I could see it.
What difference is a 1 week gonna make?
I don't know. They want more money. That's all it is.
That's true.
And I mean, it's like I don't know. 10-8, like 9-8 sounds a lot different than 9-7 though, or 10-6. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tougher, I guess, on the.
It's gonna be hard to
players.
get used to that though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like these.
What's the? I don't know. They didn't even put it like the scheduled dates out. Like, what's it going into? Like,
No, yeah, they haven't put
right
the
now?
schedule out yet, so I'm not sure if the season will start earlier and later. But it's gonna be one or the other though.
Oh, I think they said they're gonna have less preseason games, so they might do earlier.
Yeah, they knocked off a preseason game.
Yeah.
Not like people cared about them anyways.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck the preseason. I don't even watch it.
Yeah.
I went to a preseason game. I went to Jets and Eagles 2 years ago, but it was like the fourth preseason, so none of the starters were playing anyway. So it was kind of whack.
I remember I was at
Tickets
a
were cheap at
preseason
least.
game. I was at a preseason game at the original Giants Stadium. I think I was like 8. And I remember Eli played for like a quarter and then was done. But yeah, I'm not into preseason very much. Unless, well, when Daniel Jones was a rookie, I watched it a lot because I wanted to see him play.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you got a rookie QB, it's more interesting, I think. But if you don't, I mean, it's kind of just you don't want anyone to get hurt, basically.
Yeah. Well, that's why no one fucking plays during the preseason.
Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit back to Survivor. So you hear season 41, I think it's about wrapped up filming or has wrapped up, but they said season 42 got delayed. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, because they canceled all the flights into and out of Fiji.
Yeah.
Yo, season 41's probably gonna be whack.
Oh, I hope it's good. I mean,
it doesn't matter because you can't top Winners at War. Like, I'm a Winners at War fan, and you can't.
That's what I'm saying. I love Winners at War. Like, some people don't like it that much, but I love it. And it's going to be really hard to top that. But it's been so long since we've seen live Survivor that I think any season we get, even if it's not that good, I think we'll still like it.
Yeah.
I
hope that they're not doing the kids thing. Like, I don't want to see little kids on Survivor.
I don't want to see that.
If there's anyone under 18 on the show, I riot. I'm against it.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
And you've seen most of the like 18 to 20-year-olds they've had.
They're not good.
They don't even look like they're 18.
And they're the best one
Michael
was
Ghost Island. He looked like he was 25.
Michael, yeah, he was.
I had no clue he was 18.
He was the best one, I think, out of the young people they've had.
I mean, Will was good.
Will
from Millennials Gen X, yeah.
Yeah, Will had some game, but he made like a big move too early, and then they just voted him out next. So
he made a big move just because he wanted to say he made a big move, and then got voted out next.
Yeah,
sounds like me.
I think if you were on Survivor, you would have more game than Will, though.
Probably. Dude, I'd be miserable. I'd be so fucking miserable on that show.
Biggs also he wouldn't be sleeping at night. He'd just look for idols.
Yeah, I'd look for idols. I'd get bored. Like 3 days in, I'd be so fucking bored. I'd just like wreak havoc.
Dude, like, I think
like what the fuck?
I like Survivor more, but just based on my like appearance and my physique, I think I do better on Big Brother. Like, just being in a house.
Yeah, I think boring in there too.
They're not allowed to nap anymore on the live feeds. They can't nap between like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Oh, that's stupid. But I mean, I just think you'd suffer a lot less on Big Brother, and I think
the challenge is better. Like, you do a challenge like every 3 days.
Yeah,
you have to go to get drunk and go to the bars all the time.
Yeah,
like it's just pretty much a big like hookup fest on that show. Like, sounds good to me. Like, sign me up.
Yeah. As long as the seasons improve from the last two.
Yeah, I had to go back and watch old ones to try to get into it.
Yeah, dude, don't watch Total Madness and don't watch Double Agents. Like,
yeah, I started on Double Agents and I did not get into it.
Start at Free Agents, bro. That season is one of my favorite seasons. It's so good, and then just go from there.
Who's your favorite challenge player, though, or couple?
I mean, if people who follow the show, they aren't gonna like this opinion, but I'm a big Bananas and Jordan guy.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Bananas most famous. Yeah.
But like they have the wins to back up the ego. Like, they can talk all this shit and they'll still win. Let like there's like other players that can like talk shit, but they haven't won. So, and nobody like a lot of people don't like Bananas, and like at least 95% of the people that I know watch the show hate Jordan. But like, I think he's so like the way he talks to people is fucked up, but it's funny.
Do you like CT?
I like CT from back in the day. He's changed a lot since he's had a kid, and like if you watch the older seasons, there's a girl he used to hook up with on the show named DM, and she like battled with cancer and stuff, and once she like passed away, it was like season 26, like he became a completely different person. Like, he was like way more mature and stuff, and he doesn't really fight with anybody.
Yeah.
But he got
He's
ejected
an
from
OG
the-
though. Yeah.
for like punching somebody in the face.
Yeah.
But it's a good watch. Like if you guys need a good something to watch for reality TV, that's like a solid show to watch. Just not the
So,
latest season.
How about like old real? Did you guys watch Jersey Shore back in the day or
No.
not?
I still watch Jersey Shore.
No,
all the time.
I loved it.
My sister loves it, and I have no idea why. I can't
It was
stand watching it.
on. It was on like. It started like basically. I think I was like 9th or 10th grade, and all through high school I loved it.
So good.
And so Survivor, like a good season of Survivor to me doesn't feel like reality TV, but like a bad season like Nicaragua, like we just covered, like seems like reality TV, and that like was right along when like Jersey Shore was in its prime. So I don't know. I like Jersey Shore though.
You still watch it? You still watch the Family Vacation one?
I don't, but I still like I'll watch reruns occasionally.
Yeah, I'll record. I'll still catch up with it. Like
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean I don't.
I even watched Floribama Shore. Like that shit's funny,
fuck that.
dude. It's hilarious.
Florida.
It's like straight up trailer trash. Like
Oh
just
yeah,
chilling on TV.
I don't want to watch that. But I mean, I could see it.
I don't even know what other reality TV shows there are. Like I watch Bar Rescue. That show's pretty dope, even though it's not
like
really
Bar
reality
Rescue.
TV.
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider that really reality TV, but
The Circle's pretty decent, I guess. It's not the greatest.
I haven't seen that at all. What do you guys think of that?
I have to watch it. I've seen a
It's
couple,
okay.
and I like it, but it's
It's the new season. I'm not a big fan of season 2 that just happened, but season 1 was enjoyable since it was like on during quarantine. Like
Yeah.
it's tough to judge it because it's not really people interacting with each other. It's just like people texting each other the whole time.
It's like a catfish almost, but
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, and it's like you rate people based on like their profiles, and it's just, I don't know. It's just like something stupid to watch. It's not the greatest, it's not the worst, but
it was
So
something.
like one of my friends will watch. He's watched that, but he won't watch Survivor, and I'm like,
Oh,
no, it's so Survivor's so much better than
Yeah.
that.
oh,
It's just like Netflix stupid shit. Like
yeah,
there's like this is a tough show people don't really like, but like Love Island on CBS is actually a pretty fire show.
oh yeah.
Like, that is solid.
Have to give it a shot. Michael, you seen Love Island? No.
No.
You should check it out, yo. It's a good show. It's on like fucking 6 nights a week during the summer, but
Bro, it's on like every night after Big Brother. I was watching Big Brother.
yeah, dude, it's on like every night except like Friday nights or Saturday. It's one of those days. It's so fucking weird, yo. The way they do it.
All right, so Biggs, what would you say? What are your top 5 seasons of Survivor?
All right. Do I have to put it in order, or can I just say 5 seasons that are at the top?
Just say 5 seasons.
Just say 5, yeah.
All right. So Kagayan, Winners
yeah.
at War, Second Chance I like a lot. Trying to think. Micronesia, and then I don't know. Let me think of the last one. I would say
Right there with me.
I don't know. I'm a big. This is a tough like season people like, but like I kind of like Edge of Extinction just because of Devon's.
Damn, that high. All right, so I'm a big defender of Edge of Extinction, but I don't like it that much. But 4 of your like, top 5 are in my like top 6 or 7. I'll say
like
that.
Even Vreeland said it. Like Heroes versus Villains would be top 5 if Sandra didn't win. I can't stand Sandra as a player. She's not a good winner. I'm not a fan of her at all.
Oh, I agree completely. What do you think, Michael?
Heroes versus Villains would probably be like 2 or 1 for me if Parvati wins.
Yeah,
I would have said Russell, but
what about Parvati though? I think she should have.
Yeah, it would have been a way better season if she won, but I still am a huge Russell Hans fan. I really want to see him come back again.
Oh, me
But
too.
that's probably not.
He
gonna
still should have
happen.
won Samoa.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, that sucked. Like that's the shit I hate about orgs is the way like that whole scenario of Russell losing that season is the shit that I hate that people do in games. Like they're so bitter about like things that aren't worth $1 million, and that's what I hate about the jury system is so flawed.
Yeah, for sure. But I will say your other top seasons, I'm completely in agreement with. I mean, besides EOE, like you said, I think EOE has some very redeeming qualities, though.
Not the winner.
Yeah, bad twist, but good, very good cast. I mean,
The cast was
See,
good.
I just like it because of the flashy merge tribals with the idols and stuff. Like I enjoy the fuck out of those moments in Survivors, like
Yeah.
when people play advantages and everything. Like Winners at War.
Like an old school season that didn't have the advantages that I really like is the Amazon, because there was a lot of blind sides without the advantages. So I appreciate that aspect of the game, but I do, yeah, like I'll take a Edge of Extinction over a like boring pagonging where a good winner happens, like One World or Redemption Island any day. Like, give me Worlds Apart or Edge of Extinction where the winner isn't as good, but there's
I'm not
it's
a
not
huge
as
Worlds
predictable.
Apart fan though. Worlds Apart fan season was not that. I didn't really like the people on that.
Oh, well,
season.
yeah, nobody likes that much, but I think it's all right. I mean, there's really only like 4 or 5 seasons I really don't like, and we pretty much covered them already. But
see, I'm not a Ko Wrong fan either. I don't really like that season.
Oh, I actually really like Ko.
I think it's average, but I like it. Yeah. So anything that's above like bottom tier for me, I really like. But I mean, I could see why you don't like it though. I mean, it's not the best cast by any means. And
See,
I mean,
I would have put David versus Goliath or Millennials versus Gen X higher if the final threes were better in the end.
yeah, I liked both of those seasons a lot though.
Yeah, they were good until like the final 7-ish, like final 7, final 6, and that's when it went downhill.
So I would have preferred Millennials versus Gen X. I was rooting for Jay, and David versus Goliath. I was rooting for Davey. Those were people I wanted to win, but
they both.
I was fine with Adam or Nick winning. Really, I know Michael hates Nick, but
yeah, I'm not I don't think Nick deserved to win this season.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of that final 3 deserved to win that season.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. But I thought Mike played a better game than Nick.
Yeah.
And like I've said it multiple times, I don't like Nick.
I wish Christian got to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen him win.
It was going to be so hard for him though, because I think he made himself too much of a threat.
Yeah, but I don't think he did it on purpose. Like at the merge, that's when people started to not want to work with him, like because he was so likable. That's why. But like when there's 13 people left in the game, like
yeah. And then I mean, I think I like Adam though because I think he positioned himself perfectly. He had Jay and then David, who were bigger threats than him. And besides that, he was to the end with like goats. So he's like, if these people, if they rather get rid of them than me, they know it's smarter to get rid of them than me. Then I get to the end, I easily win over Hannah or
I can't stand Hannah.
Hannah or fucking Ken. Yeah. So
I would love to have seen David win Millennials Gen X, but like I was fine with Adam winning with David not there.
Yeah, I mean, and I said Adam did what he had to do. You go to Final Four before fire making with someone who's a bigger threat than you, and even if you don't win immunity, they get voted out. You don't get voted out. So he played it perfectly. I thought he knew exactly what he was doing.
Now ask my opinions about Adam during What Is It War. You'll get a very different answer.
Yeah. But I'm saying in Millennials Gen X, I wasn't talking.
Yeah, he was fine there.
Yeah.
I wish Jay got to the end of that game.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Jay.
so do I.
I think he was.
He needs a second chance at Survivor.
Yeah.
He's gonna get one, I feel like, at some point.
If he's not just doing the challenge like every season now. But I mean,
Well, he's not on this one they're filming now. He got dropped from casting for some reason.
okay. So maybe he
went dope because Michaela is on the cast, so it would have been cool to see their rivalry start back up.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And that was one of my favorite pre-merge tribals in Survivor.
Is it Michelle going on the challenge too?
Yeah, she's on there. I don't. They dropped Wendell from the cast. I was like, again, why are you dropping people that had the potential to start drama?
Yeah.
I know Tommy's on there, but like, why the fuck is Tommy on there from Island of the Idols? Like, he's
on there
as hell. Yeah, Tommy.
Oh my God. He's like the last person I would think would be on the challenge.
I didn't think he was that good at them.
Fourth grade teacher, like, he's mad random.
No, he didn't win one challenge. I mean, I think he played a good game, but
that's probably my least favorite season of all time is that season.
Island of the Idols.
I hate that season. I hate it.
I got it down there too.
It's so bad.
We'll talk about it when we get into it soon, but I like it more than most people. But I
think the cast sucked. I think the cast was terrible.
I thought it was all right. I thought that there was just the Dan thing kind of put a damper on it. But I liked Tommy. I guess he was kind of boring, but I liked him. I liked Dean. I liked Lauren. I liked Janet. I liked Elaine. I liked Kelly. A couple of the pre-merger. I liked Jason. Chelsea was a pre-merger who I liked. I mean, there was a decent amount of people I thought were pretty good on that season, but that's just me. I could be in the minority there.
Yeah. I don't know who you have in that corner with you back in that season up.
Yeah, it's not a good season.
We'll find out. But yeah, I mean, so recent Survivor seasons besides that, I mean, we had Winners at War, EOE. You said you really liked EOE. You like David Goliath. So yeah.
I like Devon's, just the idol plays. And
I like Devon's a lot too.
Like, if he wasn't on that season, it probably would have went downhill. And I think after if you rewatch it, like, I do like Chris at the end because the flashy shit he did in the 3 rounds he was there for. I mean, if it was him, like, out of the other people there, like Gavin and Julie, like, they were just a waste of space.
Oh yeah, but I liked Victoria. I thought she should have won that season, basically.
She's okay. I think her game fell off after the Aubrey vote out.
Like, that was early though, but yeah. Yeah, I don't think she got the best edit, but I think she played a really good game and just kind of, if it had gone different from her at where it went at Final 6, I think she would have got a better edit.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think Aubrey was a dumb choice to come back to. Like, she's not that great.
Yeah, I didn't like a lot of the casting choices for that season.
I just don't see the need to bring the returning players back. I thought the newbies were like pretty decent.
Yeah.
The ones they had, I didn't see the need to bring back 4 returning players.
No.
They keep forcing Joe down everyone's throat. Like,
yeah, I'm done seeing Joe.
Yeah, he doesn't bring anything there besides, like,
he's the new Ozzy.
He'll help it, but Ozzy's way better than Joe. Like,
yeah, I'd rather see Ozzy, but I'm just saying, like, he'll win challenges, he'll help camp life, but he brings nothing to the table strategically or socially.
So, like, pre-merge, Joe will help your tribe not go to tribal, all this and all that, and then as soon as the merge happens, even the people that were with him pre-merge will want to go against him because they know, like, this guy's just too much of a challenge beast, and he has no game besides that. So it's like,
dude, he's made the merge and Survivor all 3 times he's played. He survived 1 tribe without immunity.
Yeah,
after the merge.
Yeah,
that's wild. No, I thought he survived the pre-merge one in Worlds Apart. The
No,
one
I'm talking about just.
He
I'm
said
talking about just
just
merge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like in Worlds Apart, the first chance they got, they voted him out. Edge of Extinction, the first chance they got, they voted him out. And then Cambodia, first chance they got, they almost voted him out, but Steven went home instead. And then they voted him out next.
Yeah. But so he had immunity how many times in Cambodia before that?
Wasn't until day 29 was the first time he was not immune at Tribal.
So he had it when Wentworth got the idol play on Savage, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Because he didn't go to Tribal before the merge, and then he had immunity for the first 4 after the merge.
Yeah. I mean, he's the guy you want on your tribe pre-merge.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But then you cut his throat the second we get to the merge.
Yes, yeah. There's too many flaws in his game for me, basically, for me to really like him. But there's really not too many players like that, though. Like you said, besides like Ozzy, but I think Ozzy's got a decent all around game. Besides, Ozzy's the only one to play 4 times and make the merge every single time. So that says something, I think. And he could have won twice, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like if he makes the end of South Pacific, he wins. And I mean, Cook Islands, if he's there without Yule, he easily wins. But he almost still beat Yule, who's one of the better winners, I think, in the game. But
are you guys gonna watch Big Brother this summer?
Oh, of course. But
if it sucks like 22, I'm done.
No, I heard they're taking some tips from Big Brother Canada.
What do you mean? How they doing this?
No, just the way they do casting for that show and like the twist that they do. Like that's actually a style. Like Big Brother Canada is pretty.
I like Big Brother Canada.
It is pretty good.
Are you watching this season or no?
I didn't watch season 9.
I haven't seen it.
I didn't watch this season, but
it's so hard to find links for it.
Season 5, I remember watching most of it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked season 2. I like a lot because I was a big fan of John in season 2.
Season 3 had such a good cast, but there were so many stupid fucking twists that pissed me off.
Yeah, season 4 was okay. Season 5 I liked because I like Kevin.
Yeah. I know Kevin's a good winner, right?
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I could watch Big Brother Canada, but so it's just the last couple seasons of the US Big Brother just
so
fucking
bad.
I don't know. I liked Big Brother 20. Like that was a
20 was good.
20,
like 19 sucked, 21 sucked, and 22 sucked.
Yeah. 19, 21, 22 are maybe worse than any Survivor season by
and 18 wasn't even that good either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Paul in 18 and I liked Corey because Corey was an idiot and every time he talked there was this stupid shit that came out of his mouth. But like I hate Nicole and watching her win was so brutal.
I was talking to Jordan and Frank the other day, and like they both say how good of a player Nicole is. I'm like, I don't fucking see it. I can't stand watching her.
No, I don't like her.
All she does is whine every day.
Yep.
Yeah,
I still think Paul should have won.
Again, he was just a little bit too mean to people to get the win.
And do you think, like people said, Nicole could have beaten Cody, Big Brother 22? I really don't think so.
I don't know. It would have been close.
No, I think if Cody's sitting at the end, he wins, no matter who he's sitting with.
Yeah.
I think the winner thing was just helping her out.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, it was like there was only 2 winners in that game, and she almost made it to the end as a winner. So people were gonna like respect her for that, but
she was Cody's lapdog.
Yeah.
They should have done winners versus like finalists. They should have did like people that were in like final 3 and 4, and then like winners. So because some of the all-stars were very questionable.
First boot, David.
Yeah.
I think even Christmas was
Christmas was
questionable.
awful.
Oh God,
choice.
that was terrible.
Memphis.
Well, Josh and Casey were supposed to be on the season, but then they switched them out for Keisha and Memphis.
I would
Because
rather
they got
seen Keisha
COVID.
and Memphis, but like, Josh, I don't like. I would have rather seen Casey instead of Christmas.
Yeah, I don't like Josh either. But Memphis, I was excited for Memphis, but he didn't do.
He
any-
wasn't good.
No.
Yeah, now him and Christmas are dating.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, well, that's so fucking random.
They're all like clicky and stuff too. It's like weird, but
Christmas is so insufferable. Like,
I hate her.
I can't stand her.
I really hate her. Like with a passion.
Like, what the fuck?
I
did she
do want to
do?
see a Big Brother and Survivor showdown in like a Survivor setting.
Oh,
I would
that'd be
love to see
so
that.
awesome.
I remember when they couldn't do Survivor, like people were just throwing ideas like get a bunch of old Survivor players and put them in the Big Brother house. Like I would love to have seen that.
Oh yeah.
It would have been dope. It's
Like,
just
you
too
had to-
long of a game. It's way too long.
Yeah, well, they could have did like Celebrity Big Brother and shorten it to like a month.
Yeah, they could have done that.
Yeah, but could you imagine like even the Game Changers cast in a Big Brother house would probably have been interesting, I think.
Yeah, swap out a couple of them for someone else.
Yeah, I mean, swap out the 4 worst people, you got 16 people.
Haley deserves a third chance.
Yeah. Troy is in too.
Yeah, he's something.
Fuck
Debbie,
Sierra.
like, what the fuck did Debbie do to get the
Caleb.
game changer status?
Caleb too, besides get medevac, but
I mean, he did change the game.
yeah, it was a crazy medevac, I will say that, but it just
I would have liked to have seen Caleb get us another chance, but like not on fucking Game Changers.
yeah. See,
And he
They
just got
should-
screwed over again.
the problem with that season though is they asked, I think, a lot more people back that said no, which is the problem with some of the return. Like Rob Sesternino was asked for Game Changers, and he wasn't gonna play, but imagine if he was on there.
I would love to see him play again.
Oh, of course. I mean, and then I think even I think who else was asked for that.
I know Penner got asked.
Yeah, like Penner, maybe I don't know, maybe Fishback was asked. I don't know. Not positive, but there was a handful of people that were asked that didn't want to play. So
I take it stuff
Earl-
with like Haley and Sierra.
yeah,
For
like
worlds apart.
Earl has been asked back like 3 times and has never like accepted it because he said just the timing wasn't right. But we could have had a better Game Changers cast. I think that it could have been better to begin with, like the way they tried to cast it, but I think that people turning shit down doesn't help either.
I think it was also too soon to do a returning season right after
Yeah.
second chance.
Yeah,
It
they
was
just did
way
second
too-
chance. It was
3
unnecessary.
seasons, yeah. So like, yeah, wait till at least 36 if you're gonna do that. Honestly, they could have even waited.
They should have just waited for Winners at War.
Winners at War and then do like Game Changers season like 44 or 45 or something. What do you guys think? Next returning player season?
Like full returning player, probably
44, I
50.
think.
Yeah, full returning.
I'll probably, I guess earlier than 50 then.
What do you say?
I big said 44. I guess the same thing then.
I say 45, but what do you think the theme though?
I would say either second chance 2 or heroes versus villains 2.
So
I would go second chance.
I think second chance also because I think that now there's just so many the new school players are like us, like the org players. We're all pretty much sort of villains to some extent. So I think the line between hero and villain is kind of
It's
drawn.
so blurred.
Yeah, it's blurred. So I think that second chance 2 is a better chance of happening.
All right, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You both, you can answer it. So referring to heroes versus villains and orgs, who would you say, who the top 5 biggest heroes you played with and top 5 biggest villains you played with.
Oh man.
No.
All right.
It doesn't have to be in any order, just anybody you played with.
All right. Well, villains. You and Kenny are definitely 1 and 2. God. I would say Jake too,
I can see that.
just because of the way he played when I played with him. All right, then I'll go. Guess I'll go females after that. Really, what female villains have I actually played with that are? Oh, Ayla. Ayla's a villain. I hate to paint her that way, but she is.
See, I didn't see her as a villain when I played with her. Like, she was
No,
more
well,
of a
when
hero.
I played season 2 with her on Broski, we were both villains. So I'm going off of that more than the afterwards experiences. But who's the other female villain? I would say. God, I don't know. See, it's the super fans was so shitty. I don't think anyone there was heroes or villains. So I'm basically all going off of Super Duper or Broski for the most part. All right, I'll just say those 4 villains, then I'll go to heroes. I'll say heroes. Vreeland, Sarah are 1 and 2. God, I don't know. Maybe Kat. I know she made it to the end. I don't know if she's a hero or villain, but
I think she's a hero.
yeah, I would
My
say
perspective, she's a hero.
she's a hero. So I'll say Kat, and then I'll say. God, it's hard for me to say people who I was in a game with, but I didn't actually play with. I'll say Dom, even though I didn't play with him, because he was looked at as the hero in that game. Whatever. And then I don't know.
It's tough, yo.
Yeah, the line's so blurred a lot of the time because a lot of people could play either way. It's like most people aren't set in stone with it, like you or like Kenny, where like
Whoa! I'm a hero, yo.
you're just gonna play villain 100% of the time. Yeah.
I'm just misunderstood half the time.
Yeah. See, I mean, I could play either way. I really don't care. It just for me, it like I've said this before, and I'll say it a million times. It's depending on the hand I'm dealt with is how I'm gonna play. I mean, depends what my tribe looks like, and then when I swap, it depends what it looks like. I'm gonna play differently depending on what I'm given.
What do you think, Michael? Who's your 5 on each, or 4 if you don't have 5?
Oh, I forgot. I'll include another villain. Jay Lopez is absolutely villain. He's added.
I got another tough question for both of you after this, so you better be prepared. It's even worse than that one.
I'm actually happy James went first because I was able to think about mine. Heroes, I'm gonna go Cole, Sydney, Jordan, Caitlin, and Taryn. And then villains, I'd go you, Kenny, Farah, Robbie.
Forgot about Robbie.
I need to think of a 5th. So I was kind of thinking Jay, but I wanted to change it up.
You could say him.
Yeah, Jay. I can't think of another one. But yeah, those are my 5. Like the only real female villain I played with was Farah.
Yeah, she's probably one of the only female villains I play with too. See, for my heroes, I think it's Dom, Laura's Laura's a hero. I think Max is a hero. Who else is there? See, this is tough for me too because I don't really like see the hero side of people.
Yeah, it is tough.
From my perspective, I think Ayla's a hero, and I think Ashley's a hero too, from playing with her. I think from villains, he's not gonna agree with this, but I think Brandon's a villain. From the way I see it, Brandon is a villain.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Villain. Farah is.
Yeah, Brandon is definitely a villain. He
just hides it very
100%.
well.
Yeah. I
I don't
mean,
know who wants to be a villain that I played with. I've only played Super Duper and Broski, but usually I'm the biggest villain in the seasons.
yeah.
I think that's it. Cat's definitely a hero that I played with.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, so the next question is, who are some of the best and worst players you've played against?
Oh God. All right. I mean, best, I'll just go with some of the people who won the games I've played. First off and foremost, I'll go Vreeland, Cat. Brandon is definitely right there. Sebastian, whether you want to say about him or not, he's taken me out twice, so I'll say him. You for sure too, because you took me out really hard when I wasn't expecting it, and you were very responsible for it.
I had nothing
Kenny,
to do with it. Yeah.
I'll say Kenny too, even because I know Kenny's a pain in the ass, and people he rubs people the wrong way, but I think Kenny is a very, very, very strong player. Like when it comes down to strategy, at least. And I saw that in my original season. So I'll say those are up there with the best. And then for the worst, I mean, are we just gonna
the worst, it can't be people that were like first boot. Like it has to be like people
No,
you played
all
with.
right, yeah, I'll
good
say
enough
it.
in the game.
So our super duper season 1, I'll say a few of them. Diane and Lamuel.
I mean, it's true.
I mean, Rico was by far the number one for Broski season 2. He was so bad. He literally did nothing. I don't know who else. I mean, Cameron. I didn't really play with Cameron, but obviously he's not very good.
It's awful.
Yeah. And then I guess I got one more. I don't know. I hope he really doesn't hear this, but this one dude from Superfans that I played with, John Dennis or whatever, thought he was great, but he was really a terrible player. And at the final tribal, he tried to tell me I did nothing when he was the one who actually did nothing all game. So I'll say him. I don't know.
It's your turn, Michael.
That's Michael now.
I mean,
I
best.
just said mine all out, so I don't have to think about it.
I'd go like Farah, Vreeland. I think Frank's a really good player. Cole, Jay. I had one more. This girl Nicole I played the super fans with. She's pretty good. And then worst.
Jonathan Diggs.
Fuck you.
I still can't believe how much he fucked. I bought his bullshit in Super Duper All Stars.
I'm a used car salesman, yo. What can I say?
Me, yeah. I don't know how the fuck I believed you. Yeah, Poke sucked on my first season of Broski. This girl I played super duper with, Allie. Somehow.
What's her last? Is it the blonde girl?
Not the one
No,
you.
not the Allie you played with. different one. Final six. Somehow Derek voted her out instead of me, and she did literally nothing all game. This idiot Magnus I played super fans with, he thought he was hot shit and he was fucking horrible. Jordan and I did him dirty. Can't really think of anyone else. Just those three stick out.
See, for my worst, it's gonna piss a couple people off. Definitely Allie, because the amount of times me and Brandon fucked her over on season 4, and she's still stuck with us is absolutely unreal.
How much does hold on before you keep going? How much does it bother you that she technically beat you in that game?
Well, she beat me, but it was because Jackie's just bitter, and I wasn't going to take her to final. The whole story was that me and Brandon came up with a plan to hedge our bets in case we lost the Final Four immunity, so we didn't have to go against each other. And he convinced Allie, that if she won, she would take Brandon, and I convinced Jackie that she would take me, and it worked. And then she finds out at Final Travel that I was never going to take her. I was taking Brandon, and she got pissed, and she didn't like me and Brandon, so that's how that all went down. So, yeah, Jackie only threw a vote on her because she was being bitter, but whatever. And I think Michael is not a good player. I do not think he's a good player. He's a floater. And this is my opinion. He just floats the entire game. Every single game I've seen him play, he doesn't do anything. Cameron, because he wastes space in All-Stars. Vin, because Vin's just Vin. And I think Jackie from season 4 was really bad. But for best players, I have like 7. But I think Farah, even though she doesn't believe that I think she's one of the best players I played against, she is really good. Vreeland's good. Kenny's good. Brandon's good. Dom, Kat, and Laura are really good players. But those are like the top players I played with in Super Duper and Broski.
That's a good list.
Yeah, that's a good list. Do you want to talk about your hit list that you made going to Broski All-Stars, Super Duper All-Stars?
Oh, man.
And I think I was at the top of the Broski one.
Yeah, I gotta find where that hit. I gotta go look for my confession.
I was on both lists, I remember. I think James was on both lists too.
I was easily on both lists, yeah.
You both were on both lists. I gotta find it. I always would send him updates of the hit list when I checked them off.
Well, like Robbie, Damian, and then Tony and Vreeland.
Hey, you didn't get to check mine off for Super Duper though.
No, I checked them off. I check them off even if I don't have a hand in it.
Okay.
So I had on Broski, I had Vreeland, Tony, Michael, Sarah, Jay, Dion, James, Farah, Ashley, and Kenny.
So you didn't have Michael, or you did?
I was third after Tony and
Michael. I didn't have the other Michael. I don't know why I didn't.
Okay.
But I gotta find the other one.
He had me, Michael.
No, your other one was me, Michael. I think Ayla,
Seb, Frank, you, Katie, Michael, Ayla, Vin, and Caitlin.
Yeah.
That was like made right at the cast reveal.
I remember you messaging me acting like you wanted to work with me like right before the game too.
Dude, I was pre-gaming without actually pre-gaming because I was coming up with little things to get people that I fucked over in Broski All-Stars to be friends with me. So I was like being extra friendly to Michael, to you, to Ayla.
Yeah, but like the thing is, me and you actually are friends outside of the game, so it's not like a...
Yeah, I know, but like the thing that I wanted to make it seem like, oh, yo, I felt so bad for Broski, and I was like, yo, if we have to play a game together, like let's work together.
I saw through it this time, but
we didn't get a chance. I fucking fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, you fell for it. I wasn't going to, but
and I had fucking Frank in my ear the whole time saying, "Don't trust him."
I think no, trust me. I think he's good. I didn't know if Sarah was on the cast or not, but like I like had her in like a group chat and stuff, and I was like being extra friendly. I haven't talked to Sarah at all except that one. I was like, the draft thing for Broski was 100% a fucking scheme on my end. Like I won that
draft, by the way.
I purposely added all of you guys in that group chat just because you guys, and I added Jordan in there just so it didn't look sketchy. my plan was I was like, yo, let's like do something friendly between people that could be on the cast. And then I thought Sarah would have been on it, but she wasn't. But like I was like, oh yo, like we have this thing going.
Wait, what are you talking about?
When
You weren't in it.
Broski
I
season
didn't at
6
you.
started, me, Biggs, Ayla, Sarah, and Jordan made a draft of all the Broski players.
Oh yeah.
And I took Haley as my first pick, and I won.
Yeah. So,
But
no, what was Big saying about it though? Like,
he did that on purpose for people who would be on Super Duper All Stars.
okay, all right.
So that's why he picked like me, Ayla, and he thought Sarah would be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and James, the conversation where I was like, yo, like I felt so bad for Broski, yo. That was just for me, just so like I could like make amends because I knew you would come after my ass if we were.
Oh well, yeah, I was going to, but the other thing is like, so if we started in the same tribe, I would have. But if this is where I think we could have done damage. I think if I had swapped and if we had swapped together and we had both been on the bottom of our original tribes, I would have worked with you. If you would have worked with me, is what I like. That's how I was looking at it.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if we were on the same tribe, I had 2 idols. Then, regardless, like, no one was finding that other idol anyway.
Yeah, and I would have been like, if I was on your tribe, I wouldn't have necessarily wanted to target you first because I knew you probably could have had an idol. So, I mean,
yeah, I found it before Derek did too, so I knew I would have had it regardless of what tribe I was on.
yeah, and then Derek on my tribe told everybody that I had the idol, even though he was the one who had it, and they all fucking believed him. So it didn't help me at all.
Yeah, which I don't get is like when people knew when we were on the big tribe that I had it. Like, I don't know why people didn't put 2 and 2 together that Derek would have the other one.
Yeah, I mean, so
I didn't know you had it until like 5 minutes before tribal started. Cole told me that you had it because he was trying to convince you to play it.
On your tribal?
Yeah, when I went home, yeah.
Well, he didn't. I don't remember him trying to convince me to play it.
He
on
wanted
you?
to get you to. No, on Frank. He thought they were all voting for Frank, and he was trying to get the votes off to vote for someone else.
Oh, I wasn't playing that shit on Frank.
So wait, why did you?
Frank?
Why did you come after me? Like you could have played it on me. Like we could have voted someone else out.
Because it was me and Zach's idea. Do you don't understand? You don't know the story behind that?
Yeah,
I don't know. I know that the other tribe told you we'll vote out whoever you want.
Yeah.
And
So
Zach wanted OJ, you wanted me, but since Zach was on a flight, you got the decision.
Yeah. But like me and Zach were pretending we were on the bottom of the tribe, the original tribes. We were like, yeah, like we don't know what the fuck's going on over here, like all this. Like we were next if we lost the bomb challenge and like people bought it. So like me and Zach just rode with the other side.
I don't know how I didn't hear anything though. Like that was just baffled me until like 10 minutes before tribal. Caitlin calls Cole and I. She's like, "Oh, Michael, it's not looking good for you. I think it's between you and Frank." And I'm like, "When the fuck did my name get thrown out?"
I don't know. I don't know who told Caitlin.
And then, well, Derek slipped up during tribal when I was trying to talk to him. He was like, "Why did Caitlin tell you that? How did she know it was going to be you?" And I'm like, "Wait, is it me?" And then Derek just never responded.
Yeah, and I mean, I think no one from Toon Squad 1.0 was gonna like inform you on anything. So
I thought Ayla would have. I thought Vin would tell
No.
Darren something.
I don't think any of them would have. I think they were all like with my vote especially. They all knew about it. They were all locked in at that point. And then they flipped on Sebastian. But at that point, when you guys had that fake merge right after I was voted out, whatever it was, I think they were all locked in pretty much. At least from my perspective.
I said it's funny how Braylon tells me I shouldn't be mad about that twist.
Yeah, you were probably fine until that twist happened.
I know I was. He doesn't believe me when I say it.
Vreeland told Michael he still would have been voted out anyways. Like even if it was his own tribe that time. Sebastian
would have been because of me and Zach.
Yeah, exactly. But like, would you guys have had the numbers to do that if you didn't have the other tribe? I don't know.
No, if we stay on the same tribe, like Michael said, it would have been Caitlin if we went to tribal.
It would have been impossible to get Michael out, I think, at that point.
Unless he used the idol.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a good bit of numbers at that.
At least pre-merge, yeah. Like we would have been. We would probably. Michael probably would have not. If we were me, Zach, Ayla, Derek,
Max, and Kat, and Vin were all at merge, and Michael was there, he wouldn't have been able to do anything.
Oh no, absolutely not. But I'm saying like when he was voted out at that point.
Oh no,
Like
he wouldn't.
if
He
your
wouldn't have the
tribe
numbers. It
had
was me and
stayed the
pretty much me
same,
and
I think
Zach were
he would've
just
gone.
fucking by ourselves
Yeah.
the whole fucking time.
Yeah. And then like the other thing is, I mean, so they said Sebastian acts like the twist screwed him, but if you look at it, our whole tribe that voted me out turned on him like right after that. So I think he would have been out no matter what, like if that twist happened or not. But I don't think Michael would have been the next to go on your tribe.
Yeah, it would have been Caitlin,
Yeah, exactly.
which would have been absolutely fucking unreal if that happened because me and Zach single-handedly convinced Michael that I was Caitlin. That was a good move. That was,
Dude,
you have to admit
no
that was
one-
crazy.
No one believed me that I knew it was Zach, and I kept saying it's Caitlin and Zach, and you're like, no, it's Caitlin and Frank. It's Caitlin and someone else.
Well,
And
obviously I was gonna defer it from Zach because I knew it was Zach.
it's just like no one. Even like when I went to Frank, Frank's like, oh, I think it was Caitlin and OJ. I'm like, something's not fucking adding up here.
Yeah.
Because like as soon as Zach sent me an unprompted apology, he was like, oh, I know you're probably mad, but I didn't vote for you. I'm like, all right, you definitely fucking voted for me. Because no one who's fucking innocent says, oh, I didn't do it unless they got talked to first.
Well, I realistically fucked everyone over that whole tribal is because I said I was gonna vote save Pushkar and I didn't, so it made fucking Pushkar, Zach, and fucking Aaron look really bad. I just like I didn't care. I was just
I don't know how Aaron got away scot-free with that.
because he didn't talk to anybody. Like he was
Yeah,
fucking
he was just
inactive the whole time.
chilling. Yeah. He was playing Broski a lot harder, I think, at the time. I think Aaron is probably a good player. I've never played with him, but that's the vibe I got. He wasn't playing as hard in Broski or in Super Duper as he was in Broski.
I think
he
that
got-
their worst mistake was not going. If they wanted to have a chance to win, they shouldn't have took me out at 10. They should have waited like 2 rounds.
Well, that's like you and Broski also. You should have waited to take me out.
I think I was on borrowed time, and regardless if I took you out or not.
I mean, I'm just speaking like for myself. I wasn't coming after you at that point.
Yeah, but Farrah and them were, so that was my that was. I think if you didn't give Farrah the idol, we would have been fine. I would have worked with you in the merge, but like the whole thing that happened, I was still pissed off. So I just wanted to take her out. But and you had Jordan too, so you would have been fine.
Yeah, I knew that Jordan and I could actually was gonna fuck us at some point.
Yeah, and I can't believe you hit the idol on me after I just voted you out. Like that was wild.
God.
In the split within 10 hours, they were trying to get me to vote Dom out after I just voted you out.
It's crazy.
That's
I keep telling them that too. Like, why? Like, they literally just fucked you over by voting me out. Why did you trust them all of a sudden again?
I mean, even what if I voted Dom out and Dom went home? Then I would have just been like, I would have had an idol at final 10. I would have got to final 9, and then I would have had Laura Lane pissed at me, and then they would have just voted me out at 9 again. So it didn't matter.
Instead, if you almost had a chance at 9 with that stupid, the extra vote, but they wouldn't let you carry it over to the revote.
Yeah, that would have been wild if they did.
Well, because it would have been Rocks that night. Who did you guys vote for? Was it Kenny?
Actually, it would me and they wouldn't. They said they would have went to Rocks too. They said that if it would counted, they still would have done it. So I gave it to Laura. So I knew I was gonna get the votes. It was either me or Dom. So I gave it to Laura since she was safe. And then if they went, me and Ashley, Laura, and that would be it. We would all be safe from the Rocks, and then everyone else would have had it. But it would still been like 5-2. So the odds would have been in our
No, it would have
favor.
been 1. I think would have just been Lane.
No, Lane and Dom because they didn't have
Lane and
votes.
Dom, yeah.
And then Kenny, Michael, Cameron,
And Vreeland.
So 4-2. Still, they would have had the odds in their favor. And if one of them went home, we would have went to Rocks again at final 8. Or if Laura had that advantage, which was send somebody else to Insanity, send one of the other people to Insanity, it would have been 4-3. We would have been fine again. If we survived that vote, the 4 of us would have got to the end of the game.
Probably. But instead, you go home and the three of them get picked off one by one.
Yep. If only the rock draw happened, then everything would have been different. It would have been a good final three.
I just remember sitting on that Jerry like that right after Jordan went out. Like it was so boring. Like I knew Farrah was going when she did, and then when you went out, it's like okay, the Dom, Laura, and Lane are gonna get picked off.
No, so like I know there was some good gameplay in Broski All Stars, but I said this on the Vreeland podcast, and I'll say it again. I think Super Duper All Stars was better because it was less predictable. I think once the tides turned on Biggs' alliance and Broski All Stars, it was just too predictable. Like they were gonna pick you, Dom, Laura, and Lane off in that order, basically. And I saw it coming. Like I think everyone saw it coming.
I think Lane would have been first if he didn't have immunity.
Maybe, but I think
No, Lane didn't. Laura had immunity when I went home.
No, I mean when it was just Laura and Lane left, I think it probably would have been Lane, but he won.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying they thought so. First, they're like, we got to get out Biggs, and then they're like, we got to get out Dom. They're like, those were the two biggest threats, and then it was like a matter of Laura or Lane, whatever. Like they're both really good players, but I'm just saying like once they got Biggs and Dom out, there was nothing those other two could have done.
No. Like, well, Vreeland said the only Lane he would have spared Lane for one more vote if Michael didn't have immunity at final six.
Yeah, he did say that. But I mean, Michael also didn't have as good a chance of winning at the end as everyone thought he did originally. So
I was never voting Michael at the end. I don't him, and I never will like him. He'll never get a vote for me at a final.
The thing is, I thought that if it was final three with him and Ashley and Cameron, that Michael was going to win originally, and then all of a sudden, I'm there in the pre-jury chat, and everyone in there is saying, "Oh yeah, all these people on jury are telling me that Ashley's winning," and some of us were surprised, but I mean, yeah.
Well, Biggs will tell you this too. And what was it? Me, you, Lane, and Laura. I think we're all on a Zoom during Final Tribal, and like when Michael starts talking about his moves that we did, and we're all looking at each other, we're like, he didn't do this. Like this was like our moves. Like you when he tried to claim that my blind side was his.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take credit for shit that you didn't do, basically.
And then he took credit for the Tony blind side, and I'm like, that was Farrah and Dom who pulled that one off.
Yeah. Wait, he took credit for that?
Yeah, he took credit for the Tony blind side. Even though it would have, if he didn't win immunity, it would have been Michael that night.
Even if Tony went crazy like he did that night?
I don't think Tony goes crazy if Michael's not safe.
Yeah.
Like I think if Michael didn't have immunity, it was an easy vote. Michael was going home.
He wasn't going for Farrah if Michael didn't have immunity.
I think he had the backup plan going that if Michael won, that he was going to try to turn it on Farrah. But
I'll be right back.
All right. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't totally smart, but
yeah, I still think he should have waited.
That game could have been so different. If Michael didn't win immunity, he goes home that night. Everything is different that game.
Mm-hmm. Or if Tony just tells me he has an idol, then everything's different for the rest of the game.
You see this Knicks game right now?
Yeah, they're up by 5, 3:36 left.
Yeah. Gotta watch the end before I got it. Like
I've had the game on the whole time, just watching in the background.
See, dude, I haven't because I watch on my laptop and I can't watch on my TV because I don't have MSG here.
It's on TNT tonight.
Yeah, I know, but even if I'm not downstairs, if I'm in my room, I have to go to streaming, so I can't get it unless I illegally watch it. So most of the time I just pull up a stream on my laptop. But I do have the MLB package. Like I could get every Mets game, but
yeah, I hate the stupid blackouts on that shit.
Yeah, so they were blacked out tonight actually because they played the Orioles. So if we play the Nationals or Orioles, since I'm DC, Baltimore area, they're blacked out, but I can still watch them on the local channels. But besides that, I could watch it on SNY every single game. So it's pretty tight.
But Biggs, did I ever tell you what would have happened if Tony told me about his idol during the night we voted him out?
Michael would have went.
No, well, Michael had immunity, but like when we
yeah.
turned it on Tony, and then Tony was telling me, "Oh, let's vote out Cameron," even though I knew he was going for Farah. If I knew he had an idol, I would have told him to play it, and I would have flipped it on Dom.
Jeez.
Because like Tony, I would have had Tony's life in the game in my hands. I'm like, bro, like I know you want Farah out. That's not happening. I'm only voting for you if you vote for Dom. Because if him and Lynn vote for Farah, then it's a tie between Lynn and Farah. Then Lynn goes home on the revote. If he wanted to keep Lynn safe, he would have voted out Dom.
Damn. And Don would have went home with 2 idols.
Yeah, because he felt safe even if Tony played an idol.
Damn.
Because Dom stole Vreeland's vote that night, so it was only going to be Tony and Lynn.
And they didn't even vote the same either, right? They voted differently.
No, because Dom
they thought it was a split.
Dom convinced Tony to throw his vote on Cameron.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, let's split between Farah and Cameron. Or Tony put his vote on Cameron, so it seemed like he wasn't lying to me and Vreeland.
Yeah.
So Tony totally bought that too.
But he thought Farah was going home that night.
Yeah, he totally thought Farah was going home.
Yeah.
Yo, when we play Broski again in the future, Alliance.
Yeah.
I saw you say the same thing when Jordan and I went on Frank's show last week.
See, that's the thing is like I can't play orcs I need a break from Survivor games because people know my tricks now. So I'm like, fuck.
Not Biggs. We just need to play a game where nobody knows that we've played together before. That's the only thing.
Facts. Yeah. I need to go play like on fucking MySpace or some shit.
Oh God. We asked this to Vreeland. I want to ask this: would you ever play a Twitter game again or no?
No, not a shot.
Yeah,
I don't think I couldn't.
I'm the same. I can't take Twitter.
The X series guy asked me to play it. I said, "Fuck no!" Like
he asked me to play, and like I'd never played X before, and he asked me, I'm like, "No, I'm not playing."
Yeah, so me and Tony played X8, which was like his legend season or whatever, and I only played. I was like, all right, I literally dominated this guy's season before. I just didn't win because it was final 2 and not final 3. I easily would have won if I got to the end. And then I played it again, and nobody wanted to work with me. Me and Tony started on the same tribe and then swapped in the same tribe. And then as soon as that happened, they blindsided him with an idol. I also had an idol, but they didn't let me in on the vote because they thought I would tell Tony. And then he got voted out. And then next tribal, they tried to convince me I was safe. But I'm like, obviously, I'm going to play my fucking idol if I just got blindsided the last vote. So I saved myself the idol. And then somehow got people to vote with me one more time before merge. And then I made merge and won the first immunity. And then as soon as I didn't win immunity, I voted out and got like 11th place. But it was the dumbest game ever. Like literally on the jury, I made no comments in like any of the jury chat or anything. Like I didn't say anything until it was time to vote for final 3. And even when it was final 3, I was like, yeah, like you guys should play a game where you could actually like connect with people instead of just talking about each other for votes for 10 minutes before tribal and acting like that's good gameplay.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I'm lucky the 2 Twitter games I played. Like I played Tony and Vreeland's twice, then I played yours.
Yeah, you played. I mean, you didn't play X. X was really bad.
Yeah,
it's season 2 for your game, James.
Never.
Wait, now that's
start back in November.
Yeah, it'll be on Facebook whenever it is.
Yeah, whenever in like 3 years from now.
In 3 years, yeah.
Yo, Biggs Alliance.
Yeah.
Facts. He's gonna have to have the whole cast back again because he can't get a cast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bro, we actually weren't that bad of a cast.
Oh no, I mean, I thought it was a good cast for sure. I mean, I got everyone I could. Got like half the people were either good Twitter players or good Facebook players. Like there was only a couple duds, like the whole cast, I would say.
Jaden.
Yeah,
No, fuck
like
that
even
dude.
Fuck
I
that
hate that dude
championship.
so much.
oh my god, even
Dude,
the people.
he wouldn't survive on Facebook.
Oh, not a lot of these people wouldn't.
Dude, I remember when Ralph we were after Final Tribal, like when the voting was happening, he was begging me to vote for Diego, and I was like, no, I'm voting for fucking Damien.
Dude, I thought Diego was solid though. Besides his social game was a little, but he made the right moves, and it wasn't a great final three, so he won. I mean, it happened, but
Yeah, James literally said like if it was me, Tony, Emma, and I think Avery was the 4 out of the final 7. He said, "Oh, these would be good winners," and then we were all the last 4 in the jury.
yeah, and everybody else was shit after that. Like the final three was just a wash compared to it. But I mean, there was some good gameplay there. Like, Biggs made a really good move before the merge. He had the extra vote that he
Is that when he
used.
took out Kyler?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yo, fuck that dude.
And
He was tweeting about me for like 4 weeks after that game. I was like, yo, please keep my name out your mouth.
And he thought that Biggs was with him like 100%. Like
I remember because like the first tribe was like, "Oh, Kyler and Biggs are together," because
yeah,
I don't know if you knew we had lost that challenge, you were going home.
Oh, 100%. I knew.
yeah.
But it was just the fucking easy Survivor trivia shit that I beasted.
And Kyler was like, "You're a fucking like scumbag and stuff." And then I got Wes out. Like Wesley, I thought Wesley was fucking. I don't know who the fuck that dude was.
That was Brandon's goat in Tony and Vreeland's Twitter game, basically.
Is that NBA discussion?
No.
No, who is that dude?
No idea. He's a 15-year-old probably.
Oh, I'd be a discussion.
Yeah. Oh, he's so bad.
Remember, you told me he's like the goat of all goats of Twitter games.
Oh, dude, literally in the X4 game, it was so bad. Like we voted him out second, and then there was a battle back, but it wasn't really a battle back. It was like so all the people who were voted out, basically like, so say the first 2 people voted out, the third person that got voted out, 2 of the 3 people would like come together and decide who they wanted to vote out of the 3. And he was the one who got like hit people on his side the whole way until the merge. So he basically survived like 5 of those votes until the merge. And then he came back at the merge, and literally nobody wanted him out because he was such a goat. And like I basically flip-flopped between every vote who I was voting for, like which alliance I was with, and every time I lied to him and went against how he was voting, the next time I would still get him to vote with me like the next vote. It was so easy. It was I would never been able to pull it off on Facebook like what I did with. And then when I played the X8 game with him, he actually surprisingly had a lot more game. Like he wasn't like a great player or anything, but he had more of a mind for himself because he got so fucked over by everybody the previous times I played with him. And that dude, so I don't know anything about him personally, but he actually knows Survivor too. Like he has a good grasp of like the history of the show and stuff. He just doesn't make the right moves, basically. So it shows. I remember Rodney said it on Worlds Apart. He's like, you could know every season of Survivor, but doesn't mean you're good at the game. Like, it's true. I think he was talking about Shireen when he said that. Yeah.
Well, you see how many of these people who like don't watch the show, they go on Survivor and they actually do pretty well.
Yeah, like Parvati, Earl, Kim. I think a lot of good winners were recruits. I'm pretty sure. Trying to think who else. Jeremy, maybe.
I thought he was a fan.
He might. Yeah. Tyson was a recruit, I think.
Yeah, he was.
Even I don't think Tony was a big like Survivor fan either before. I could be wrong,
I don't
but
think so.
No, he doesn't scream like suit. I think. All right. So how many like actual super fans do you guys think have actually won the show?
Todd has.
Todd,
Nick.
Cochran, Adam. Is that about it, you think?
I think that's about it. That's what, 4 out of 40?
Yeah.
Well, 38.
Wait, who was the fourth one?
Nick.
Nick. Oh, yeah, Nick too, yeah. So Nick, Cochran, Todd, and Adam.
Yeah,
Females.
that's about it.
I don't know about females. I don't know if any of them were really super fans of the show. God. Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm changing topics here. Biggs, what was the best move you've made in a game you've played?
Good question.
It's tough. I don't know. I feel like all my best moves are all dirty ass moves that I did to screw people over, but
Dude, it's got to be in my
Yeah.
opinion, at least from outsider, it's got to be one of the screenshot moves. I think.
I would say I feel like the Jordan vote's probably the best move I made.
Or that, yeah.
I remember Hart told me that he messaged you and Dom and told you should both be ashamed of yourselves after that. I don't know if he actually did or not, but
I think he did. He definitely. Travis definitely messaged me after that, and he's like, "Chill, bro." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Dude, you're gonna lose the game again. That's fucked up. Like, don't be doing that. Like, people don't like respect that." And I was like, "Dude, I don't care." He doesn't like. I don't know why. He has such like a weird vendetta against me after what I did to him. But I'm like, dude, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Who does?
Travis.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Because
said
I made him
Hart.
look pretty fucking stupid with the screenshot
Oh, well,
thing.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he can't be mad at you. It's more mad at like.
I would have been real if you
out.
pulled that shit on me. I would have been really impressed. I'm like, damn, I wish I thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they don't allow screenshots in the game, so.
Dude, so like I said, RMG allows screenshots and cross chatting. It's like, oh.
Yeah, dude, that's dope.
I mean, it ensures nobody could cheat, like even a possibility, but it's tough though.
Yeah, I love screenshots though. They're so fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've sent literally one in like 3 days this season, but in season 2, oh my god, of Broski, it wasn't even funny. I sent them so much. Like
I try not to send that many screenshots, but like,
yeah, like
sometimes it's hard not to.
I learned eventually, once I chilled out with games a little bit, I was like, all right, I'm using it more as like defense than offense. But in season 2, it was at the point where when we were trying to blindside Kenny, every single thing he sent me, I was sending a screenshot to Ayla and Vreeland and Juliana. Basically, it was like, because we were trying to get him to not play the idol that night, because I was the one who told them all that Kenny had it. So it was like I basically just had to. I wanted them to know like exactly what he was saying, and it was hard. It was easier for me to do that than typing it all out. So I'm like, all right, I might as well. If we can send screenshots, I'll just send them. But
yeah, I think All Stars screenshots. That's what really ruined it for.
Oh, it went so out of control at that point.
Yeah, I was bad with it. I was really bad. Dude, me, Brandon would fucking send all our conversations. Every single conversation we had without each other, we would screenshot to people. Like, we didn't care.
Yeah, and like I didn't last long in All Stars, but like I did it so much in season 2 that I was like, I'm gonna try to do it less in All Stars, and it was like everybody else is just doing it more in All Stars, so it didn't work out. But I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't mind screenshots being allowed because I feel like if they're not allowed, I'm not going to do it. But I feel like I trust that like people like you guys wouldn't do it, but I think there are people out there that will send them anyways if they're not allowed. So
I mean,
that's why. Yeah.
I did get in trouble for doing it.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yo, Michael, who was on the edge saying that I was
It's giving people the answers to the Survivor Guess Who game.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
Because apparently someone ratted me out, and apparently it was someone not in the game. That they found out a week later that I was giving people the answers on our tribe outside of a one-on-one. And I was like, yeah, I may or may not have done that. Like, yeah.
I'll go back and look.
I mean, at that point, like, it was a week later. It was after the big tribe thing happened.
Yeah, so
Was it before Pushkar came back?
Yeah. I think it was after
it was the night he went home, actually.
I think it was after the OJ vote that they said something. And I was like, damn, OJ definitely fucking ratted me out. Because even though OJ definitely did it with me too, everyone was doing it. Like Michael was messaging me, OJ was messaging me. I don't know, someone else did it too on our tribe.
Yeah, so yeah, we didn't at all, but like at least I wasn't part of it, but I think people, I mean, they could have done it. I just wouldn't known. But I feel like people would ask me because they knew I was the one who was the strongest at that challenge, basically.
Yeah, I did it with Pushkar. I think I did it with everybody on the tribe except Caitlin.
Yeah.
I remember you asked me for help.
Yeah, and then I didn't even need it because I got the answer right.
Dude, it was killing me too, like to not like to know all those answers that people couldn't get right. I was like punching myself in the face. I'm like, how do they not know this? Like,
Did I try to downplay it so much? I was like, I don't fucking know anything about Survivor. Like, don't ask me. I didn't know what the setup of the game was. So I was like, if it was like straight out Survivor trivia, I didn't want to fucking do anything. I was like, yeah, I suck. Don't put me into that challenge.
yeah, I get that, but
I don't see anything here with
Then it must have been
anyone
someone
saying
in the
anything.
game then.
yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was on Edge either because I don't remember anyone saying anything.
Yeah, no one said anything on here.
So I wonder who said it, because out of the people left in the game, it was Cole, Aaron, Taryn, Caitlin.
Vin.
Oh, no, Caitlin was in the game. No, Vin wasn't on my tribe. It was Cole, Zach, Taryn, and
Frank.
I don't think I did it. Yeah, maybe I did do it with Frank.
I did it with Frank.
I don't know who the fuck. Everyone just whoever like the snitch that's people that started this snitch shit on me, like acting like I wasn't gonna do it back to them. Like it was so dumb. It probably was Vin. I probably did tell Vin at one point that I did it, and he probably told fucking the host about it.
You probably told Kat, and then
Apparently, he said he felt too guilty that he had to tell the host about it. I'm like, bro, like this is like the Caitlyn vote. It's like fucking 2 weeks later.
oh, God.
And then he wonders why people don't like him. Like, that's the shit that pisses me off.
Yeah, it was a tough game for him.
He's gonna have a tough couple games ahead of him. I guarantee you that.
I mean, might have a harder time making Final Three without Kat.
I don't know if he's gonna have a hard time making the merge without some of the people he had.
Dude, it was like, so when me and Michael were picked so late for that.
We were the last two picks. Don't say that late.
Yeah. I remember like as soon as that came out, Vreeland messaged me and he was like, yeah, like just so you know, it's not because I think you're that much worse of a player. I just didn't think you had a chance with this cast. Like, I think you're a better player than half the people we picked ahead of you. And I said, okay, that's fine, but you don't need to owe me an explanation. But
I can't believe Tony picked me. I did not. I thought Vreeland was gonna pick me over Tony.
I knew Tony was never picking me.
I think their logic for picking you where they picked you was fine too, because he said, like in Broski All Stars, you were one of the last people picked, and it turned out to be stupid. Like you proved him wrong, and I think in this game too, I think Tony realized that. He said you did really well in Broski All Stars. Like you impressed in that game, and they're like they said They said you were more of an unknown. I don't even think that was really true. I just think that more people there were willing to work with you than
Yeah, I
originally
mean,
might have thought.
I had Derek too, so I had
Yeah,
Derek, Max,
but you weren't
Zach.
an unknown either because a lot of us had played Broski All Stars too. Besides even the people that played with you on season 1, and even the people that didn't play with you before, they probably had heard about your game before.
Yeah, I mean, I've only played Broski twice, Super Duper twice, and I
Yeah,
played that challenge
exactly.
game. That was it.
Yeah, so I don't like an unknown is me and RMG. Besides a couple people, that none of those people even know who the fuck I am. But like in Super Duper All Stars, for them to say you were an unknown, I just don't think that was like that true.
No, that wasn't true.
Yeah, like you still had a threat level there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the people I've never even talked to, like Caitlin and Kat, they all knew about me. They knew
Exactly. Yeah. Still think
I
it's
think
funny.
the only people like I was probably somewhat unknown. Like I don't even can't even say Michael's season because they knew about me with Derek. So
Oh, yeah, we all knew who
maybe
you were
season
because
2.
fucking Derek's new name was Biggs' friend at like Final 6.
I think like not even OJ. OJ knew about the shit that I did. He was like, I know. He said, I know your game. Like I was like, oh yeah, he probably.
Well, because
he
he's
knew
friends with
about it.
Tony. Like he's real
So
life friends with
maybe
Tony.
I don't even know. Maybe like Aaron, but not really Aaron.
No,
'cause,
yeah, you were not an unknown, which is like what they said, but
like even season 4, like I was friends with Zach before the season. Like Vin didn't fucking like me coming in. He said that. He said that I was a douchebag, but Kat knew about me. Ayla knows about me. Yeah, so everyone pretty much knew except maybe a couple, like Frank maybe and Cole, but that's about it. But I don't know. They
Yeah,
probably even knew.
Frank knew what you could do. He just
exactly.
never played with you.
Frank follows orgs like closely. He just never played with you.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
everyone. Pretty
and he
much
was the one
knew.
telling you
Maybe
not to trust you.
Michaela. Michaela's probably the exception of who didn't know me.
Yeah, there was like a small handful. Like I remember the first night on my tribe of Super Duper All Stars, there were maybe the only people I had never talked to before were Derek and Kat and Vin. And it was even like at that point we all knew who each other were. So it was easy to like start a conversation with any of them compared to an RMG. I'm talking to people who I know nothing about their game. They know nothing about my game. And it's a different dynamic.
I think
Yeah, see, I need to be in a newbie season.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying with this, man. I like it. I like playing with different people for once. It's just there was a lot of crossover between Super Duper and Broski, and I mean I love a lot of these people. Like, it's fun to play with you guys, but it was a lot of the same stuff.
See, the thing is, I don't go and branch out to other orgs. I'm not just like, oh, like I gotta play this or like Broski and Super Duper. Like I know the hosts, like
Yeah,
known each other for months. Like obviously, I'm gonna play Michael and Jordan's because we've known each other for a while. But like, I don't have any desire to play a Survivor game like at any
the
moment.
host that you don't know. Yeah,
No, like I'll play like just like after like playing 2 All-Star seasons back to back. I'm good. I'm good off Survivor for a while. I need like 3 to 4 months break and just not do it.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
see,
thing is
I
like-
kind of would have thought the same thing. I just was an early boot in my 2 All-Star seasons, so I was like, I need a little bit of redemption.
Yeah,
my
I think
last-
I can't fully retire after the way I went out in All Stars. I gotta
No.
gotta redeem myself a little bit for that.
Gotcha. It'll be there. It'll come.
Yeah, I need people to forget about me first before I start going through another Survivor game. I need to be like in late July, August. I come back, people are fighting over other games, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm back. Like, what's up?
Then they'll remember you, but
Nah, I'll be an unknown. They'll be like, who's this guy? Then I'll go back to my antics. I'll be making fake accounts again. People will be playing idols on me, and they get voted out. Sorry, Jordan. Yo, the next game I ever play with Jordan, he's gonna take my ass out so quick for that. I'm first hit on his hit list for next game. I'm in with him.
I'm gonna ask Michael.
Huh?
What do you think?
Think about what?
Jordan Biggs is
Go ahead.
Jordan's first target next time they play together.
If I was Jordan, I would do it. But
No, we're
I don't
about to
know.
be ride or dies next game.
Shock the world.
Yeah, so I probably do tell a lot of people that we're gonna be. I told a lot of people in All Stars and Super Duper I was gonna be their ride or die. Sorry. See, I told if you weren't with like if you weren't with like Taryn and fucking Caitlyn, bro, we would have fucking wrote it out. And if OJ was out of the picture, then pretty much if all of season 3 was out of the picture, me and you would have been fine.
like if I was the fucking Derek and I was the only one for my season on our tribe.
Yeah, or if you just weren't friends with them. Cause I didn't vibe with Caitlyn. Like me and Caitlyn didn't not like each other. Me and Taryn were okay, and then OJ just freaked me out half the time. So
I remember I set OJ up. I was like, oh, because I knew OJ was a Hornets. I'm like, yo, just talk to Biggs. He's a Hornets fan. Why don't you just try to talk to him like that?
it worked until she started interrogating me every day after the push car vote, and
Yeah, I know, and because you would tell me, you would get annoyed with him and talk to me about it.
And then when he came back from exile, he's like, you're gonna win this game. Like I know what you're doing. You're acting like you're dumb and like you don't know what's going on. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I was like, dude, we're at final like 13. I'm not winning the game, 14 or something like that.
Yeah, it was early. But I mean, I also think that what were you saying? OJ, the Hornets thing, didn't Lane try to do the same
Yeah,
thing?
yo, I thought he was actually a Hornets fan. I was pissed. I was like, damn, Lane.
Because he's from Charlotte.
Dude, he had me fucking fooled. Like the middle of season 4, he was like commenting on my fucking live in final 11. He was like, yeah, like I'll fly, baby. I was like, yo, you're a Hornets fan? He goes, yep. And then he had me convinced from like December to February.
February. He didn't say it until after he got voted out.
Yeah, and I think he still thought like Biggs might have been with me like in the slightest bit, a little bit at some point, even though when they both voted me out, because like the day or two before that, we were talking about like basketball or something, and Lane was like, "Yeah, like I'm a big Hornets fan. Like, you ever come down to Charlotte? We should go to a game." And it like I think he literally just said it just because he knew
He was afraid you would tell Biggs.
Yeah, he knew if he didn't say he was a Hornets fan that I might have said something to Biggs, and Biggs would have been like, "All right, let's just vote Lane out," or some dumb shit
Yeah,
like that.
I don't think I would have voted Lane out.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Dude,
But I think
why are you fucking lying about that?
he might have thought that. Yeah. I don't get why you lie about that either. But I think it's funny still.
Nothing will beat the dog lie, yo.
Oh, Lola, R.I.P.
She's the mascot of Broski.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That needs to be like a
I remember
Broski,
getting
like,
told
trivia
about that. I just couldn't stop laughing.
I was ready. When I heard Farrah wasn't believing it, I was like, fuck. Like I took the next step. I had a fucking dog earn and shit. Like I was ready to go. And like fucking Robbie was like, what the fuck, bro?
Who believed it?
Cameron.
Who believed it? Like Lane did at first because he was like, yo, like let me Venmo you some money, go get yourself some beer, like drink, like have a couple of drinks. And I was like, nah, bro, you're good. And then Cameron definitely believed it. And then Laura and Farrah were the only ones that didn't. And then they started telling people that I was lying. Because Dom,
you had Dom telling everyone it wasn't true.
Yeah, Brandon told Dom about it. And I was like, why would you tell him? Like, why wouldn't you just let it go?
Dom said in the MVP chat they were going to do that.
Brandon literally told me about it, and he was still working with you over me, and he still told me that you were lying about it.
Fucked up.
I didn't care even really.
Next time I do anything, I'm not telling shit. Next time I lie about something,
don't
no
tell
one's gonna
anybody.
know.
Yeah,
Don't tell anyone.
yeah.
It was so smart. Like I was like, yo, this is the greatest fucking plan ever. Like, and then I tried to make Farrah feel bad at the swap. I was like, yo, you think I'm lying about my dog? Like, here's an urn. Like, here's the dead dog urn that just got in the mail. And I don't think she believed it, but like, I had the picture and everything.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember.
imagine I actually had a dog and it died and no one believed me because of that shit.
I remember in like I think it was I don't know if was that exposed before jury or no, before merge.
Oh, 100% it was.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I knew by the first swap.
Yeah. So I knew.
Because Dom told everyone on my tribe that it was.
I knew about
true.
it before I was voted out, but I wasn't sure if everybody knew. But I remember somehow it came up to Robbie, and Robbie was like, "Yeah, like I got dogs like that I love, like that's fucked up." And then later that day, like or something, I was messaging with Robbie, and he's like, "Yeah, I actually don't really care. It's actually like a really smart move." Like he really didn't care about it.
He when I told him pregame, he was like, "Do you have to use a Shih Tzu?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, because of the Shih Tzus. Yeah, because I got Shih Tzus.
Because that's the I had pictures of my friend's dog from when
Yeah.
I was drunk. Like I would take pictures with the dog, and I was like, "Oh, yo, it's a Shih Tzu." So like I have it. I had pictures of my camera roll ready to go to say that I have a dog, and I had an urn. I was ready to go to any means necessary to prove that this was true. And then my brother watches, like follows it, and he was like, when he found out that I did that, he was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Like when I asked Cameron at Final Tribal what was the name of my dog, he was watching it, and he was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, what's wrong with you?" I was like, "Yeah, sorry."
Yeah, definitely crazy stuff. So what do you think's crazier, that or your fake screenshot thing? What would you say?
I don't know. I think they're both pretty bad. It's definitely on the villain scale, but like I got some tricks up my sleeve for when I make my comeback that are probably going to top that by like 10 times.
All right, we're looking forward to stuff that we've never seen before.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fucked up. It's like some villain shit, but I'm ready to pull it out when I make my comeback tour.
Well, I mean, you got like Kenny who lies about being bisexual to get ends with people, and then also
I mean, it's not that fucked up, but like on a scale of like 1 to 10, it's probably like a 6.
okay.
Like not that crazy. It's crazy, but like not that crazy.
I don't think Kenny lying about the teacher thing was that bad. I thought that was pretty funny. Actually,
Did Kenny actually have COVID? The world will never know.
No, he did. I think.
You think?
I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't know. I'm still weird on whatever comes out of Kenny's mouth, it's like 25% the truth.
You gotta take it with a major grain of salt.
You got to do some like 3-day research on what Kenny says to see if it's actually true.
Well, the funniest thing is, I said in season 2, he had me convinced the whole time, as someone who is like gone to school and is in the job process of becoming a teacher. Like we had conversations, like deep conversations about like teacher stuff. And then I find out when I blindside him in his exit video, he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually not a teacher. Like I'm a day trader." And all of us who were still in the game at that point were like me, Ayla, like Juliana, Justin. Like Ayla is going to school to be a teacher too, and then I think Juliana is a teacher actually now. And they were all like, "Yeah, like he had so many conversations with me, like about like the actual like subjects and all like the logistics of teaching." And it was like Kenny had it completely planned out. And like you'd ask him what he was doing, he'd be like, "Yeah, I've been responding to emails all day."
That's wild.
Didn't he think you were lying about your job, Biggs?
Oh yeah, he did. He was like, "Prove to me you're a preschool teacher. Make your kids draw a dragon." And then he's like, "That's the worst fucking dragon I've ever seen." I'm like, "They're 3."
Well, the main reason I knew Biggs wasn't lying about that is because on Twitter, when I hosted the game, you for your like reward challenge thing, I think it was like the tribe flag. You sent in a picture of you like hand drew it from like your school, and I could just tell it was like a preschool in the background. So I knew you weren't lying about it, but I could see how people thought that you were full of shit about it.
I mean,
yeah,
if Biggs was lying about his job, like preschool teacher would not be the first thing that would come to my mind.
Oh,
Of something that he would make up. Like I would probably come up with something else if he was lying about it.
see, I say that I'm a preschool teacher, so it makes me look like I'm innocent. But like honestly, like I'm taking classes where it's like it teaches you how to manipulate people and fuck people over in the business world. So I
So
say I'm a
you're-
grad student, but like people don't really ask me about that. So I'm just like, oh yeah, like I'm in school, I'm doing accounting, but like I'm taking classes like on how to manipulate people in like a business setting and marketing. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Wait, so you're going for your MBA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's that going? Off
I'm
of
like this semester. I'm in my semester right now. I got like 2 weeks left, and then I'm taking the summer off, and then I got a year left.
okay. So what are you trying to do after that, though?
I don't know. I want to do something like marketing with like movies, TV, or like sports.
Yeah.
Like something. It's probably not gonna happen, but like we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, if you get your master's, though, you got a better chance. But
Yeah, that's why it's this break is needed. I cannot play. Both times I played Super Duper, I was in the middle of a semester, and I've just been fucking miserable doing it.
oh,
And then you
yeah.
played like how many fucking straight days of Broski?
Yeah, that was pretty much my entire winter break was playing both seasons of Broski.
Yeah. And probably season All Stars was a little bit into your probably.
No, I didn't start till the end of February.
Okay.
We started later because of COVID.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense then. So you basically were, while you were on your whole break, you were playing Broski for like.
Yeah, literally
2
like
months
5
straight.
days after my semester ended in the fall, I started season 4, and probably like I think it was like actually the final tribal was during my first week of classes. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I went into my first week of the spring semester.
Yeah.
Which was
That's insane.
a lot. 64 days playing that game. Wild.
So if you had to pick, which one's better, Broski or Super Duper? If you had to go, if you can only play one, Broski.
If I can only play one, I'd pick Broski. Sorry, Justin and Tony, but Broski is more intense, and I think the players I played against in Broski are a lot more into the game, and they play like more intense compared to like hero wise. And I don't like to play against heroes because it bores me, because it's easy votes and stuff. Like, no offense to those people, because I know they're gonna get offended if they watch this, but yeah, I like to play against people that will make big moves and aren't scared to do shit. And I think Broski, there's something about Broski, yo, that's just like a lot more intense than other games. I don't know what it is.
I think it's kind of. I think Broski had more villains than Super Duper. I wouldn't necessarily. I'll put the games on par. I think they're both great games, but I'll say that. I also think that Vreeland and Tony being in Broski rather than being like they can't be in Super Duper because they're host. Like they were two of the winners, so it kind of helped up the competition for Broski.
Yeah. Nothing. I'm just saying I like Broski better than Super Duper.
You didn't have to deal with a Vreeland in Super
I do
Duper.
like Vreeland and Tony's game, but
Yeah.
I don't want them to get mad if they see this and they're like, oh, I don't like Super Duper. But both great games, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick Broski. I mean, I did get a fucking Broski tattoo on my my body, so
For a night that you wasted the night you got it.
yeah. Good times.
So does anyone question you about your Broski tattoo, like outside of the org?
Yeah, fucking Robbie still thinks it's fake.
No, I'm not. I'm saying outside of the org.
No, like why do you have it?
Oh, I didn't tell nobody about this.
Nobody's seen it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's still there. Like,
Your parents know you have it.
no, not at all. Still,
Was that like a thought that came to your mind, where you're like, okay, I have to do this because I need this reward?
well, it was after Brandon got voted out, and I was like, fuck, like I'm about to be next if I don't do something crazy. It was a risk because I didn't know if I was gonna get an idol, so like I could have got like an extra vote, like not something useless at that time, but
You
the
got a
risk ended
tattoo
up
for an
paying
extra
off.
vote.
Yeah, it was
I
I
can't
probably could have
imagine.
won it without going so extreme, but it happens.
It is.
You only live once, I guess.
I literally just put my phone up and like just started talking. Robbie's like, "Oh, that was one of my favorites, but you didn't get a fucking tattoo like Big, so that's why you didn't win."
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much said if I did it, then I was getting first. Like right when I told them I was gonna do it, they're like, "Shut the fuck up, you're not doing that." And then when I did it, and they were like, "You're gonna get first place for that," and I was like, "Bet."
I wonder if the first place is always gonna be an idol because you got a tattoo. They've changed it.
I don't know. I never asked, but like, it would. Even if it wasn't, I think it was like pretty much safety without power that Lane had.
Did Lane ever use it?
Yeah, he gave it to me.
Oh, you went to Insanity.
Yeah, he gave it to me because I gave a Dom an idol and Lane gave me his safety without power, pretty much, and then I won the extra vote and then I went home.
God damn.
But I'm probably gonna go to bed soon. It's like
Yeah.
1:15.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking film myself for this video challenge soon. I am so not looking forward to it. I literally said, I know you and Michael and some of my other org friends are gonna see it on the RMG page probably, but I'm like, I hope no one else in my life that is not from orgs ever sees this video of myself. It's gonna be so hard. I hate creative challenges.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah,
Dude, I hate it so much. I'll do them. Like I'll help out, but it's just I don't prefer them. And I'm not even good at like endurance challenges or anything, but I'd rather stand on one foot and do what I could do, and it takes up 20 minutes than like think about what I'm gonna do for a like video challenge that the whole tribe needs to complete like in one night. It's such bullshit. But all right. Yeah, it's getting pretty late. So
Yeah, we'll let you go. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
was a
thanks
lot
for
of
having
fun.
me, guys.
it was a great time, Biggs.
It was fun.
We love you, man. You're our favorite villain. Well, maybe Kenny is ahead of you.
Oh, thanks.
Nah, not
At
Kenny. At least for me.
Not for Michael, but
I'm still mad at Kenny.
I'll try.
You're my top two favorite villains I've played with. So
I'll be in the comeback tour soon.
all right.
I'll be waiting for you.
And we would love to have you on again if you ever would like to come back. So
I got you guys. It was
just know
fun.
that. We know you always bring it. So
Yeah.
Facts.
all right.
I'll talk
Thanks,
to you guys
man.
later.
All right, keep it real, buddy. Thanks
Later.
for coming
Guys.
on.
All right. That was Jonathan Biggs.
And it was a long one.
Yeah, that one longer than Vreeland's.
Yeah. We knew he would have a lot to say.
Yeah.
And
like
it
we
would
said,
be-
he wasn't holding back either.
It would be all over the place too. Yeah. I mean, hopefully there's not some people that listen that aren't gonna be happy with what we said, but we knew he wasn't holding back.
Mhm.
And we didn't have to discuss our next season at all or spoil that. So
Yeah. And so that'll be dropping later this week. Well,
yeah, so probably
James and I'll figure out when we're going to be able to record it.
I'd say Saturday or Sunday probably.
But, okay, that's probably fine with me.
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen 4 episodes so far. So
Yeah, I'm the same like then.
yeah, I just got to the swap actually, or just finished the swap episode.
I think I'm at the actual swap.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw the first swap food from what I saw, but Fucking Knicks lost.
Yeah, in overtime.
Oh,
It's all right.
we all right.
All right. We should probably put an end to this.
Oh yeah, like I said, I gotta work tomorrow, so I have to record my thing for the challenge tonight, which sucks, but
Yeah.
I gotta do it in the next like 40 minutes before I go to bed.
All right. We'll see you guys later this week.
All right.
Till then.
Episode 8 will be coming later this week, and I hope you enjoyed our guest because we think he really brought it.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night.